What's going on? Gray Pill Podcast. Here we are. Main man Angelus, your host with the most. And like always, here's my wifey to be, Minka Mink. What's going on, Mink? There you go.
Good morning.
There you go. Okay. My homeboy Deuce. Here what's going on?
Yo.
Alright. And like always, Papi Blanco. You can also catch him at Papi Blanco TV on YouTube. And last but not least, a very special guest. Survived the Rona. And she is the luscious lady,
Hey y'all,
Chaymeans.
it's your girl, Chaymeans.
What's going on, Shay? How we doing? So today we're gonna have a great conversation and a very serious discussion. Last time we had a discussion, and it just so happened. I know this is the weird time to be doing it because it's Black History Month, so it just keeps going up and down. So, with that being said, we just did a reaction video to Miss Shay and some controversy that happened on Fresh and Fit with Mr. Tommy, and now we're actually humbled to have her on so she can tell her side of the story of the conversation and to have some questions, because again, we wasn't there. In between her, the 50 other people there, some was capping, some wasn't, and Jesus himself. So here we go. There we go. So again, everybody, we're here to have a good conversation with Miss Chaymeans about a topic, a serious conversation with some stuff happened over there in Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Fresh and Fit boys over there. Not too proud of the situation, and this is my opinion, anybody can correct me, because here we have different opinions, big perspectives on a lot of things. On my side of the story, from where I was looking at it, because Shay, you correct me if I'm wrong, I seen two angles, and I seen the whole video. I don't really watch Fresh and Fit that much, not a big fan of them all the time. They have some good things, they have some bad things to say, so I take the good with the bad, okay? The last 50 seconds of the clip, I saw you raise up, get very hostile with another gentleman, and things happen, on a physical altercation. And then a couple days later, I seen, which I was hoping for in the reaction video, I was actually asking for it, and I'm glad it came out. Shout out to my man Deuce behind the scenes. I get a 10-minute clip beforehand where it literally showed more context than what it was. And I wish that one was shown first to add more value to the aftermath of it, So we're gonna do a reaction to it. But if there's anything you want to say about that matter, just real quick before we show the video, go ahead.
Yeah, basically, like you said, that the clip that you see, I'm getting hostile and everything. I was literally triggered. I wouldn't say triggered, but I was just getting steady picked on, and it built up. And the scene that the clip that they showed, really wasn't what happened.
Okay. Now we're gonna share a reaction for it. We're gonna break it down from there. So again, you, me, anybody in the audience here can just stop anytime. We can go every little minute and break it down from there. Again, I think it's like about a good 10 minutes from the point of the time that you asked your question, when it came to your turn to ask your question, because I know at the end of the show, Fresh and Fit always say, hey, if you got any question, comments, concerns, or you just, if you like the show, not like the show, and the will came down to you. So we're going to give like a little reaction here. 1 second. Everybody can see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm like, where's
Just because you...
I actually got a question for you, Tommy, and I'm really not trying to offend you.
If you start off saying that, you are.
I hope that you really don't feel that type of way.
I don't feel like that's what I was trying to tell her. Like, I was going to say that. That was going to be my closing. Anybody that knows me knows I like a conversation for the sake of the conversation.
Yeah.
At the end of the conversation, I'm like, I was in debate club. When you get through with it, you shake hands. When you get through playing basketball, you get mad because you won or you lost. It's a part of the competition.
Okay.
We are supposed to be here to entertain, enlighten, and educate a little bit.
Okay.
And so when I was talking to her, I was just trying, and the same with you or anybody else. I challenged them.
Yeah.
You should want to be challenged if you're having a discussion. Why is it that we can only talk to people who agree with us?
Facts.
That's what's making America
So
like
can I ask
soft.
that question?
Yeah,
That
that was the question.
No, it wasn't. So I don't know if you've seen. I unfollowed you.
Oh shit!
But you gonna refollow them?
I will, but only if it's convenient for me to follow you. So can you turn this shit on? Okay, so
Okay, I got to stop right there because I thought it was funny when I first saw it. So, was there any reason for you to ask that question? Like, why you actually stop the shit?
You say what?
And was there any particular reason you asked them to stop the little noise in the background?
Yeah, because it's just like they honestly like they don't care really. They like I say, it's set up to even tear us down more. Like they got what they wanted out of it. I really did wanted to ask the question that I wanted to ask them.
Okay.
So I unfollowed you because every time I go on my Instagram, I see you downplaying black women. As in to the point where I don't see no other race, but you always posting something about a black woman did this or what they're doing. And I'm like, nigga, you black yourself. What are you doing? So I got tired of seeing it. And I want to just say the one that got to me, the one that made me unfollow you, was the one that it was the one with the lady that had the wig or something like that. And I guess you know which one I'm talking about.
I don't, because I talk about ladies in wigs a lot. So I was like, what?
Exactly, and they're all black. So it's just like, it's just like I was cool. You know, I was really cool, everything. But
what was it on there that bothered you? What was it about that post?
It was specifically you were saying something about I guess she was playing you or something. Somebody that reported your page. I don't really know. I unfollowed you about a week ago, so I really don't remember. It was around my dad's death, but I didn't want to see it on my TL because I'm like, damn, Tommy, like I thought you was better than that.
Better than what? Well, okay. I explain it to people like this. One, I don't understand why black women get to tell a black man because you're black, you can't talk about this group.
You can't.
Well, hold on. If you go to ESPN, you're going to get sports. You're not going to get politics, you're going to get sports. So when people come to me, they're going to hear me talk about what I think is the problem. Okay. I think we have a lot of issues, and I think they are starting with the idea of our women. So I will speak on that. Now, you can go to another guy and hear him young Pharaoh tell you about how black women are God and then cheat on y'all.
Let me stop it there. Just to be fair, do you agree with that concept that he just said? Like, I respect the fact that you say, hey, if I don't like you, I unfollowed you. This is the reason why. That's 100. And then when he flipped it back, said, hey, you know what? If just like ESPN or Netflix or HBO, if this is what helped you, you know, you're free and welcome to reach out to that. But this is what I do versus, you know, NFL, NBA, and all that stuff. Did you agree with that, or just like it was still upsetting to you how he portrayed other type of women?
Yeah, it was like still upsetting for me. He's a very, very, very he's a pro of manipulation. So it's just like he was trying to manipulate the situation. And my question that I asked, he really didn't even still give me a specific answer.
Okay. Anybody got comments before I continue or questions?
I just want to notate that he did say at the very beginning that this is a friendly debate and you should be able to shake hands and not get emotional, not get a rise.
Yeah.
Just notating that for later.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Like, do you? I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you have? Can you say if you have like a friendly relationship with him before all that happens the other day?
You say what? I'm so sorry.
Do you think you had a friendly relationship with a man before that happened?
Yeah, I did. He would text me like out the blue, like when my dad died, he texted me and he was like, you know, letting me know he's sorry about my loss and like, is there anything that I need here? It's just everything in my phone. He was asking me like just questions, but I wasn't replying to him because I already had unfollowed him at that time. So I didn't even care about what he was saying.
Oh, wow.
But we did have a friendly relationship before.
Go ahead, dude.
So then this was strictly because you didn't like the stuff that he was putting out on his Instagram, on his platform?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason that I didn't like, because it was like I was around you and you didn't do none of that. Like, you wasn't portraying yourself like that. So it's just like I see you only do it for the internet.
Okay. So how long did you know him prior before this whole fiasco? Because I seen you with him on the show. This make the second time. So how
No,
long
that's the third time.
Third time? Okay.
So the first time I ever went was when I first met Tommy. I didn't know him before FNF, never heard of him. So they told me that, you know, he was a special guest there. And then that's how our relationship built from that podcast, because everything was great.
Okay. This is like a month or two prior of this incident?
Yeah, probably a month ago.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that was like Tommy. I don't think Tommy only been Fresh and Fit for like a month and a half, been going there regular.
Yeah, but to be fair, Fresh and Fit was giving him a lot of kudos a previous time a while ago, saying that he was, because, you know, I didn't know of Tommy like that except for I had to do my homework on people, and it came out to be saying that he's that guy that kind of helped him and helped that group add tools and value to the show as far as the manosphere game goes. And originally, Tommy was that guy that was actually speaking manosphere conversation, in some degrees helping men, and just he pretty much was discussing everything, you know, relationships, white, black, green, purple, yellow.
So Tommy got something to do with them? I didn't know that.
No, he don't have something to do with them. It's pretty much just like we have a conversation, like for example, people probably nickname Fresh and Fit. It's like the new version of Jerry Springer of the internet. You know, like at nighttime is Jerry Springer all night, chairs being thrown and stuff going on. During the daytime is, you know, they're talking about credit card currency and all that stuff like that. So they're pretty much nicknamed as the Jerry Springer of YouTube game in the internet world.
Okay.
Did you guys think?
Yeah, he's like the OG of this. So everybody like now, because like Kevin Samuels got big and Fresh and Fit has gotten big, Tommy Sotomayor was the original. Like so. Now, I remember him from like 5 years ago. So when I saw him before any of this, because when I saw the reaction, that was my first time seeing this. I hadn't seen this guy in 5 years, but he had a huge following like 4 or 5 years ago on Facebook, doing clips and that stuff. You know, the algorithm, that stuff used to just come up on your timeline and stuff. And then he kind of like disappeared, and this is the first time I saw him in a while.
Yeah, he being like Homeboy being huge, man. Like I remember hearing from Homeboy about like 7-10 years ago, bro. And I wasn't even
somehow
and I heard his name ringing bells around. He started off by talking about relationships.
Yeah, that's what he started off at, and then somehow he changed and he went straight to targeting. Now, just to be fair, he mainly targeted black women. Talk about kinky hair, weaves, and all that stuff, but he'll throw in a slither here and there discussing about everybody else. So that's pretty much him in a nutshell right now. He actually was on, if you Google his name, he actually was on what's the name? The chick that married or dated 50 Cent. I can't remember her name. She oh my god. Is it Vivica Fox? Is it Vivica Fox?
Vivica Fox, the actress?
Yeah, she had a talk show. Remember she had a talk show at that moment?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was actually on there as a guest. Yeah, he was actually on there as a guest.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She got like I don't know. It's a TV show or it's like a online show.
I have no clue.
He's hurting like 3 other girls, I believe.
Yeah, but you can Google him and find him. He always preaches that all the time. You can Google him. But I'm sure more of the other clip.
You can go hear that if you want. But I think it's odd that you're willing to listen to somebody tell you how great you are and you kings and queens and how you're the most beautiful thing on the earth, but you're not listening to somebody say the other side. The same thing I was saying on the discussion. Why not hear more than one side? So you can go to somebody else and hear them tell you all the things that make you feel good. Mm-hmm. But if you come to me, I'm going to tell you the opposite, because why do you need to hear that? And the last thing is, I grew up in a family, and most of us grew up around black folks. If you grew up with a black mom, a black grandmama, or a black aunt, it's funny how we listen to those who supposedly love us, talk to us and say, sit your black ass down, don't do this, slap you when you get. You can listen to your mama who had you talk to that way, but not a guy who you don't know, who you could simply unfollow. That lets me know a lot of people are soft. I can follow someone and I will argue, not you're black, so you can't talk about blacks. I'll say, does what you say have merit? I don't care if a white person's talking about blacks. Because here's what's funny. You don't want a black man to talk about black women. But if a white woman did it, would you listen to that? Nope. You say she was racist. If anybody else did, so who can talk about it?
So my problem, I ain't gonna say problem. My whole debate is why you only target black. Like I'm pretty sure white people get on you too. Dominican people get on you too. Why you don't say something about them?
When I say
come
white
on
women,
now, I know every race get on your ass. You're Tommy.
When I say white women got flat, I did a whole song about white women and they flat ass.
We ain't talking about no songs. We talking about your post.
Maybe
when I say something about white people, they eat it.
Yeah, because he's black.
They eat it. I can get up in front of a comedy set, and I've done it several times, make fun of the white people in the audience. They they eat it. They're not sitting around wearing their emotions on their shoulders, and white men don't go around talking about some call me king. Cause
hey, just to be fair, I'm gonna throw my 10 cents in that one. Every white person, especially when I don't care if you're black, green, blue, yellow, but in certain states, they still have places in certain states called sundown towns, where a black person making jokes at another white person's expense, not like that. So I just want to be honest about that one, because I live in a state and I have friends in certain areas that literally, when I wanted to hang out with them, and they are my white brothers and sisters, and we was gonna do vacations and trips, and I said, hey, I'll come with you, and they kept trying to play it off because they didn't want to be rude to tell me that. Versus us, we're pretty straightforward. And when I got a little bit bold with the, hey, why can't I come hang out with y'all? And she had to sit me down and say, look, have you ever heard of the Sundown Town? And broke everything down to me where her and her brother has an in-law that lived there, and they had to go visit them. And that's pretty much, that's what it is. So you cannot say with the certainty 100%, 99.9%, all white people will be okay with another black man making a joke at your expense. Doesn't matter if you're a comedian or not. It's a joke. We get it. But some people's not going to like the joke. And they're going to take it a whole other way.
So I have a question for Shay. So with the answer that he gave about, you asked him why does he only speak about black people, and then the answer that he gave, do you feel differently about the answer now that you've seen it later than you did in the moment?
No.
Okay. Because I want to give a little context to what I think, what I took from it when he said it. As black people, he can't, we speak from authority on black people because we're black. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak about white people in the same way with the same expertise because I'm not white. I can't, and no other race really does that. So I just want to point out that that's the dysfunction I kind of feel like we have within our community. Is we're the only community that attacks each other this way publicly on social media platforms, in music and interviews, anything. We're the only ones. You don't see Asians doing it to Asians. You don't see Indians doing it to Indians. You don't see nobody doing it to nobody else. So we got to do a little bit better with protecting each other on that. But I think that his answer really should have been like, hey, I'm speaking from a place of authority because he is black. I can't speak on white issues and I can't speak on white women. If he's not a white person. He's not in that mix. And it seems like he doesn't really hate black women because he still deals with black women. Like, I don't even know for him to ever advocate like really interracial relationships and stuff like that the way Fresh and Fit do. Because Fresh and Fit say they don't mess with black girls. So obviously he still messes with black women. So there's still love there. But I think that, we talk about each other because it comes from a place of hurt. Because I think that black people, black men and black women, our adversarial relationship comes from like a place of mutual hurt. Like both of us hurt each other in so many ways that we still love each other, but we can't help but hurt each other at the same time. So something to think about.
Everything make me.
What you said?
I was asking Mika, does she have anything?
Short. Go ahead, babe.
No, you good. You got it.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, like what's most prevalent is because there are so many black people or black men talking about black women, specifically attacking black women. I don't feel like he really answered it because he's talking about why he's not talking about white women. He's not answering why he's talking specifically on black women.
Well, he said he talks about everybody.
Yeah, but he's not.
He made a song about white women having flat butts.
But he's not specifically saying
but
he's not even answering it.
He's not. That's what I'm trying to point out. Is like, yeah, we could go around it of like why he's not talking about other races, but that's not answering why are you specifically targeting Black women? Because what I'm understanding what she's saying, because you hear it all of it, and Angelus, you and I have had the conversation where it's like the men in Black, or the Black men in the community have labeled women as the angry Black woman, and that's what women have had to take on, and it's that answer that he gave was a way of like deflecting. It wasn't actually dealing with it head on and saying this is why I target Black women, because I've had these experiences, because this is what's happened with me and other Black women. He's not going into any of that.
Right.
Well,
And then
it made sense. I'm sorry.
And then I was going to say, I lost my train of thought that quick.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead, Deuce.
You go ahead.
You can get it back. You can get it back.
Did you have anything real quick?
No, I think he sort of like touched on it. I think he sort of touched on it when he explained like the analogy of like using like the family, like hey, when Black, how come you're okay with somebody within your family saying sit your Black ass down and blah blah blah. I think you just dive a little deeper into that. It really just comes from the fact that he's Black. Who else is he going to really talk about?
But it's not, because that's another deflection. Because we just had another woman on a podcast that she said that because she's mixed, that they made Asian jokes about her. It hurts. He's not saying sit your Black ass down. He's saying specific targeted things towards Black women. He even mentioned to her like, "Is your weave on too tight?" Like that's
my glue.
Right, and that's the part where like I'm all for like calling bitches out when they're fucking retarded. No offense, Shay, and like
You're
for
good.
anybody, I'm fair and square on both sides. But from the argument that I seen, like I dissected the shit out of this, right? And like I like to do that, and like I just kept seeing that it was a form of like, just like in this specific thing that we saw, he's not answering the question. He's touching on it to make it seem like an illusion of he's answering it, but he's not actually answering the question. Why do you target so many Black women?
Fair question. 8 out of 10.
Keep going.
8 out of 10. That's how I'm hearing it. Like 8 out of 10 plus the 2. Like okay, and especially if and just to be fair and not against Fresh and Fit or Tommysotomayor, but I know they're the main two advocates about statistics. So if we're saying statistics, 80% of your audience has been targeted by Black people. Then on 20% is everybody else. The majority kind of wins. Just saying.
You talk about Fresh and Fit audience.
Well, that's a whole nother story. We can break that down, but it's
you were talking about Tommy.
Yeah, I was giving an example of because Tommy and Fresh and Fit gives examples about always statistics and numbers. So if we're always saying about statistics and numbers, in Tommy's feed, again, I've never been on there, but I can look and just guessing, and I don't do the betting game, but I can put enough change on it to bet to say, hey, 80% of the conversation on his YouTube channel, whatever he discuss about, is 80% is the majority of black women. But that 20% is scattered everywhere else. It could be 2% here, 2% there, but the majority pretty much rules. That's like me hanging out with you. Everything come out of my mouth is about white people. But once in the blue, I'm like, hey, you know how them niggas is. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, you always got an issue with white people. Because I'm always mostly speaking about white people, but I'm kind of once in blue sneaking in the other minority just cause, or maybe just to feel validated. I don't know, but that's just me guessing.
Yeah, that's a right assumption, right
We
there.
created the earth. There's only one group of people who keep giving themselves false praise. You want to get mad that somebody's talking about somebody wearing a
Okay,
wig.
but we should have every right to feel that we
You
can.
can, and I have every right to say what I. But listen,
Exactly.
what you just said. I don't go to other
You should
people's
know our background.
No, but yes. So if I would
Exactly.
speak on it,
So we
because
should have every right to feel that way.
I speak on it because I know the background. So if you can go on your stuff and talk about how great you are, and I don't go on there and tell you you can't, why would you follow me, see what I say, then come tell me what I can't say when you said you can say what you want?
That's true though.
I always say this.
Pause it.
Black women love to say how strong they are.
Go ahead.
See right there. You see how manipulation works? He said that I'm basically saying I'm on his platform. I'm saying that he can't say certain things, and I'm telling him what to say. And I'm not telling him what to say. I'm simply asking you a question. How did that question go to you just saying that on my platform I could do this, and then on your platform he could say and do this? So why am I following him? Something like that. But continue. That's just manipulation right there.
Oh,
He
we're
just
good.
literally flipped the whole script on just that part.
Yeah, you're good. I appreciate you for adding that.
I do want to point out that's what I was talking about when he said because when she said but you should know the issues, and he said I do know the issues, that's why I can speak on it. That's why I'm talking about speaking from authority, because he is black. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's the point I was making earlier.
Okay.
If you're really strong, other people's opinion shouldn't bother you that much.
It don't bother you.
You're the most
But why would you want to talk about your own race?
They're not. Listen, see what you're saying? Why would you want to talk about your own race? But if I sit there and said how great they were, you wouldn't say, why would you want to talk about your own race?
Exactly,
So all I can do is big up a group of people?
I wouldn't.
So all I can do is big up a group of people? You got to go to somebody else. Go to another dude who talk and big you up. I won't, because it's not my job. You live in America, but you can talk bad about America. They don't kick you out.
He said,
Just missed the logic. Completely missed.
Not to hate on him, man. But for somebody who got, he said he had a background degree, something like that, in psychology. Why would you beat on a table if you're a psychologist? I spoke to many psychologists before. I didn't even know they were psychologists, but you can tell somebody who has a background in psychology how they carry themselves, just their hand motions, their movement. I know, and I'll give an example, and Shay and anybody else can correct me. If you're talking to a hostile woman, because again, most people talk about how a lot of women are emotional creatures and they're all in their feelings. If you come across a woman where you're trying to date her and hit up on her, and she's always moving her hands, that's a sign of aggression right there. I mean,
but that's the whole. To me, that's the whole point. Like, duh, he did that with his hands. Duh, he's like that whole moment where he went. It's like, you dumb bitch, why you keep interrupting me? Like, that's it. And to have the idea that like he doesn't want her to react, it's just keep going, man.
Yeah. Well, let me read the comment. Let me read the chat here to Ian. Shout out to you, Ian, because I saw your comment on the reaction video, and I'm gonna read that, brother, because that was some deep and profound stuff, and I appreciate that. And man, Duke's always be breaking down a lot of stuff on a whole nother level. But Duke says here's, excuse me, if I pronounce it wrong, I'm just gonna say your last name, bro, because I'm a little bit like Duke. I don't want to mess up nobody's name. And he'll chop it up real quick. Simmons. Yeah, I'd rather say his last name. I ain't gonna mess up his first name.
As I messed it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some respect to your name, sir. But he says whether you like his delivery or not, and someone needs to change their smoke detector, and I agree. I so hardly agree on that. Oh, Ian, he corrected me. Thank you, sir, because I don't like to mess up nobody's name. You have to live with it. I don't. But there you go.
The logic.
What he's saying is that no one is above criticism. Regardless of where the criticism comes from, if it's a valid critique, a fact is a fact that does not change based on who's necessarily saying it.
They never argue what I say. It's just I'm black and I can't say it, which is a childish argument.
You can say
a midget can't talk about midgets because he's small. A fat girl can't talk about fat girls because she's fat.
That's a good comparison.
It gets silly. And like I said, when I brought up they're American, they were born in America, but sat right here and dissed the American government and said, all they do is lie. So you can diss, but you're American.
Okay. And my point is, why every time I get on Instagram, you're the only person that's saying the same thing about black women, though? Like, you're the only one. Like, they people say what they say about Fresh and Fit, but I don't see it every day on them. Every time I go on my Instagram, you're just specifically only targeting black women. And I didn't like that because I'm like, damn, it ain't that deep. You don't got to go that hard. So what, somebody said something about you, that don't mean you got to do a whole post about a black person. I'm pretty sure white people, Dominican people,
got a post about a
Portuguese
white girl right
people,
there.
everything say about you.
Is he diminishing them or perfecting them?
He literally tagging the people.
If you
Whoever said that.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I ain't gonna say you're tagging,
See,
but
that's
you're
what I'm saying.
putting
Now
their
you're just
picture.
gonna keep saying
You're putting
things.
their picture on there.
So you get.
You are.
I'm looking at my.
You
I'm
are.
looking at my Instagram right now.
And I
my
follow.
own Instagram.
I
Do you
did
have-
follow.
Do you have white?
But I'm looking at my Instagram
The
right
only
now.
way
and
that I
scrolling
felt
my
some way
Instagram.
is because it's
Because
like
you
it's
saw what
no
you wanted
other
to see.
race you go so hard on but your own kind.
Because he cares. Listen.
If he cared,
I didn't understand that one. So, Poppy, I care about your culture, but I'm gonna make jokes and shit on your culture. I mean,
right? Like,
what would your reaction be? Because I think you would take hands, and I don't want free hands.
What you say?
I'm talking to Poppy.
Oh, I'm like.
Repeat the question one more time, bro.
Yeah, he Fresh made a comment reaction to what Tommy said. He said, "Hey, he's doing all this because he cares about his black people." So that didn't make sense to me. So if I make jokes about your culture 24/7, we hanging out together, and you my boy, I think you'll feel some kind of way about that.
Yeah, I think it'll depend on the individual, bro. Like some people can't take jokes than the next person. I might say something to Shay that me and her might have an understanding, but if I say the same joke to me, she might not take it that way. You see what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Fair enough to me. So it all depends about the individual. That's what I do. That's what I think.
That's fair. Let me get these chats out the way real quick, and then we'll move on. Mr. Simmons again. I'm not gonna mess your name, bro. I'm hearing it. Ian, there you go.
You said Simmons.
Yeah, we know Simmons is the last name, but he actually pronounced the first name, so I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, right, Simmons. My bad.
Gotta respect the fans. Gotta respect the viewers. He says the thing is he doesn't have to answer to nobody. He makes content for a niche audience, and if the outside doesn't like it, they can unsub or unfollow. I'm gonna add the unfollow because it's pretty much either way. He has some pertinent points he brings to his pod. True, and I'll even give one to like Fresh Fit because again, I'm not 100% a fan of Fresh and Fit. I'm not gonna say personally I don't know him, so I can't say I hate him, I dislike him. But the nighttime is entertaining. But on a personal level, I feel like whether it's black, green, yellow, as a female, know what you're getting yourself into before you go on that show because they have a reputation of, and you can see it here. Fresh is joking, laughing. Myra's joking, laughing. They're both looking at each other, looking at Shay and Tommy, letting the conversation go on. As we're gonna get further in the video, he actually says himself, "Hey, Shay, this is a pod. Isn't this what we're supposed to do? Isn't this entertainment? Like that supposed to resolve him of calling her out her name, disrespecting her, and so on, so on." Now, like I said, we'll get further now. I'm not gonna justify both parties, but things were said that I felt like as another adult that shouldn't be said. And if we want to get extra about it and say, hey, the black community, let's even make it worse.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Here you go. What did someone say? I heard one of the girls say, or helping, or perfecting.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
She meant like it's like constructive criticism. If I'm always telling you like, Angelus, you need to do this. Angelus, you need to do that. She's saying she's classifying that as perfecting. Who the hell has a fire alarm?
Yeah, I got a question for Shay.
Go ahead, but that might, Mika, that might be good if you're critiquing me about something in our relationship, whether it's friends, Beyonce.
You erode any. Hey, if you and I are in a relationship, you already know. If you're with a woman that keeps telling you you're a piece of shit, you're this, you're ugly, you're fat, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. That's all you hear from a bitch. You're not gonna want to fuck me.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the same thing. That's exactly what she's trying to say. You're always talking about this art side of the community. It's like it doesn't. It's not. I get that it's like a niche or a niche, and I get all of that. But why do she's trying to get to the answer of like why is it that you target us so much? Why?
I'll be fair, Shay. At this point, I'm from Jersey. I just looked at you like, you okay? And just stared him dead in his eye. just looked at her. You guys, what you got, Bobby?
I got a question. When you look at Tommy, do you look at him as a black man?
You talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I look at him as a puppet.
No. Seriously, like when you do you because the reason,
Emotional damage.
the reason why I ask you is because he's Latino. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if he was born over there, but I know he's like I know at least his mama, his dad, somebody.
That's probably why he's so angry. He didn't come out the color he wanted, so he got to stick with that. So he's just going to keep targeting, black girls, black. I'm Latina, but look at your skin.
Yeah.
You're still a black man, and you're a black man in America. The white people don't see that when you get pulled over.
Okay. I just wanted to know if you look at him, if you classify him as a black man. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get our feelings on this one. I gotta be honest about that one. So
yeah, I classify him as a black man.
Okay.
That's what I see with my eyes.
Yeah. So did Whoopi, but she got shunned for it. But we'll go ahead. All right, continue.
He wouldn't go so hard.
You don't tell me how to do what I do. I got my psychology degree. You didn't. So
okay, but I didn't study psychology, so I know the difference.
I've helped more people than you. I've had more people say I've changed their life and saved their life.
I'm only 25, but I'm very smart and wise for my age.
The point is, do it your way. Don't tell me not to do it mine.
Of course. But I'm letting you know.
But I didn't
you
care.
Can go
but
a whole
I
different
don't
way
care.
about it.
But I don't care. You do it. If you know how to build a house better than me, you build it. Don't tell me to do it.
Okay, but I'm just letting you know. If I'm only
but
person
no
if I'm going on my Instagram, that's exactly why I unfollowed you because
Wait. Okay. Did he not say earlier we should be able to have a friendly debate? You should be able to challenge me, and we can shake hands and walk away from it afterwards. Did he not say that at the very beginning?
This is why I love you, because you be catching them like flies.
Because this was literally the pivotal moment that made me see shit for what it was. Because he's not only is he talking over her, not allowing her to speak, he's hammering his hands into the table. He's already triggered. You fucked up, Shay, because you got triggered. I'm calling you out on it because you had right here. You had him. You straight up, whatever your purpose was for bringing shit up, you had him right here. This is the moment where it's he's saying, I'm qualified, I'm this, I'm that. A person, it's kind of like we always say, these guys say, I'm an alpha, but a true alpha doesn't have to say I'm an alpha, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing. He's saying, I'm this, I'm that, but he's banging on his table and he's having little childish tantrum, and you had him right here. He's proving literally that he has issues. That's what it comes down to. But it's that's why I wanted to stop it, because he literally he's straight up hypocritical.
Yeah, threw something on the bus. What's going on? Shout out to Primal Studies.
Oh hey, Papi.
Oh Lord, that's Zaddy. What, you already messing up his name already?
Oh yeah, Zaddy. My bad. Damn.
No, just keep it. It might be
I gotta get all my fatherly figures correct.
Might start up another kind of Sunday.
I got Papi over here. I got Zaddy over there.
She a player. She pushed a P.
I will agree with Mika. You could definitely tell, because I feel like he wasn't. I feel like he was he was speaking pretty articulately, right? So he was explaining his points and stuff. But I think the part where she triggered him. No, but I understand what he's saying. All I'm saying is, where I think he lost that, it wasn't his. I don't think his points was lost. I think what he lost is when you could be explaining something as great as possible, but once you get emotional, that's when you kind of start losing the argument, and that's what I think she was successful in doing. Is she got him triggered enough that it took him out of his character, right? Because he's in a space where he's trying to convey a thought, and now he goes from conveying a thought to now he's being controlled by his emotions. So for the previous part of the argument, you could tell he was trying to be logical, but then he started getting emotional, and I think that's if you want to consider debating, which is what he brought up earlier, that's when you lose the argument in a debate once you become emotional, and I think that's what she was successful in doing, and getting him to become emotional.
And he was the first one to get emotional throughout all this.
He was. I was calm the whole entire time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I even noticed the first trigger was
almost Shay.
The first trigger was when he beat his hands on the table, and that kind of had me looking like, am I the one seeing this? But I'm gonna read the chat real quick, and we'll go ahead from there. So somebody special that got something to say. Special shout out to Primal. He says, don't make me add value to your life, Mika. All right, that's respect. That's respect. I got a special one for you, Primal. There you go. Appreciate you. Love you, man.
I swear to God, I'm never gonna live it down.
See nothing else but black
But
people
I
that you
don't
post on your
care.
page.
So
You don't
Jesus.
talk about no
I
other
don't
race.
care. Anybody
And
wants to
that's
unfollow me,
perfectly
unfollow me
fine.
now.
I will say that
You
That's
can't unfollow my
perfectly
bank
fine.
account. I'm still rich, so I don't care
It
what
don't
people
matter.
don't follow.
Money don't make nobody.
No, apparently it does if you do the shit you saying you do
Obviously,
for it.
money don't make nobody.
You're gonna sit there and talk bad about the thing that you talked up. Jesus, why wouldn't someone listen to you when you say, I understand you don't like watching it? Don't watch it.
That's why
I
I
don't like gay
unfollow,
porn.
nigga.
I don't go
I
around looking for it.
unfollow. I
And
unfollowed you
I
2
don't
weeks
care.
ago.
Okay, that's
I
just
don't
bad,
care.
then.
Jesus
Y'all
Christ.
y'all about to
2
have a
weeks
recall.
I don't give a fuck. I don't
Obviously,
follow
you
either.
do.
No, you brought it up.
Obviously, you
You
do
brought
because
it up.
look
I
at how
don't
hard
give
you're
a
getting
fuck.
mad.
Too, because you keep talking about it like
Of
I'm supposed to
course.
give a fuck. You unfollow.
Obviously,
You
you
had to
care.
announce it.
You know I don't give a fuck.
You
though.
had to announce
You know,
it, sir.
of course, I'm going to announce
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Because that's a question.
You sound insane.
No, you sound insane.
Hey, I'm gonna pause real and just make a valid point. This is again what the point I'm trying to make, and no disrespect to Fresh and Fit, but just for content creators, the viewers, and just for the entertainment purposes. Again, look at the bottom left and right. Was Kiki and Cuckoo and laughing? My man got the mic and joking and all this stuff. Entertainment, get the numbers up. That drama is always between sex, drama, fights, all this type of altercation is what attracts people. It's never anything 100% positive. It's always that. So keep your mind that. So if you're coming on a platform like this, again, no respect to them, but if you're coming onto, or if you're a guy or girl, be aware of the situation. Be aware of the situation. Especially if you have two individuals purposely saying words like, oh man, what do you think about the show? Damn, I didn't get you triggered.
You're bothered by what I post. I don't
And
give a
I
shit what you
unfollowed
post.
because I didn't want to see it no
I
more.
don't give a Jesus Christ. She don't understand.
I understand 100%.
I don't give a shit.
All right. Let me just mediate real fast.
I understand. Trust me.
This is
I
insane.
understand.
And then look at the
Jay,
girl in the
Jay,
red.
I
She's
understand.
getting
I
a
will
very
tell you
good
this
kick out of
because
it.
I still follow him on Instagram.
I
He
think
makes
she's
fun of
sucking
everyone.
his dick.
No, he
to be
don't.
honest.
He does. He does.
don't.
He just
Now-
pulled up a couple.
Yeah, like so whether he, I mean, I guess you can try to make an argument that he disproportionately insults black women more, makes jokes on them more, but he makes fun of everyone. And this is kind of the issue. Like, if you don't like content, just don't watch it, and that's it. You know what I mean? You
And
don't
I
have to like it.
unfollowed. That's why I don't watch it. But I just wanted to address him for it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know he would be here tonight. I always wanted to question him that. He texts my phone
You
and
didn't
asks
even
me and
accept
check up
the
on me
answer.
just to make sure that I'm good, and I respect that. But I don't reply because I simply don't respect him more because he's just the fact that what he posts on the gram, and it's just like what you texting me for, and you do all this to try to play black women like they just always ignorant or don't fucking know shit. Like you can't do
Because
that.
he cares.
Period.
Think about it. Listen to what she
If
just
you
said.
care,
She
you
checked
wouldn't
on to see if I
downplay
was
it.
okay, but
If you
didn't.
care, you wouldn't
He would
downplay
ask you how
it.
you
He's trying to benefit in your
This is
image,
it.
though.
Can we just have this debate?
Yo, who is that girl? Because she's still like throwing them little nuggets in it, like he's helping you, he's benefiting you.
Right?
How
How
when
is he
you're
helping
downplaying
a
somebody?
black woman by talking about a black woman? If you helping a black woman, then uplift that person, uplift the fucking culture, uplift it. Don't fucking just play it. So then, when you keep putting certain things in people's faces, of course they're gonna think that. They're gonna really start thinking that. Then that's how they're gonna start acting. They're gonna have like just like that. He said what he said, and that's the real truth. And I'm actually glad that he really showed how he truly feels. Because this is how he truly feels as an emotional creature. You're mad every day. You got to look in the mirror that you black. So you know what you're going to do? I'm going to tear down my own skin color. I'm going to tear it down. I'm going to talk this. I'm going to say this. But when somebody white come on you, or somebody mixed, Dominican, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure, for sure, people, every race talk about Tommy. And he probably not giving it a reaction. But soon as it's a black girl that's talking shit, I'm doing posts about her. I'm going in on her. Do it to everybody, not just one race. Just do it to everybody. People will probably respect you more than that. That's why a lot of people actually do respect Fresh and Fit more than Tommy, because Fresh and Fit tell you, we don't date black girls. We don't like black girls. Okay, but we don't like all women neither. We not saying that it's just black girls. These women do this. they do this, they do that. They specifically say it about every race. Every race. If you go on their post, it's every race. It's not just always a black girl on a page. It's just not always, and it's in a row on his page. But I don't know. It's just crazy.
Richie said here, and I agree with that. He said men aren't allowed to be emotional. Hey, that's how we bred. Richie. That's how we bred. We can't, and even it's worse too because we have to be very selective, and it's sad for us men. I don't care the color because I'm trying to leave the color out of this, but just it's sad for us men if we have to be very selective of who we choose to be vulnerable for. We can be vulnerable, our nieces and nephews or little young ones coming up. Sometimes, depending on the situation, we can't even do that. Our mothers, and sometimes we can't even do that. So it's very hard for us men to even do that. So, like me personally, I'm like, hey, I can't wait to get married because the chick I'm married, hey, she's gonna see a crying game out of me. But when I walk out that door, I'm manning up every day. We'll continue. We'll read one more. Marcus has something to say. He says men can be emotional just around other men, and what the reason is therefore. Well, there's a lot of reasons. Here, Marcus, there's a lot of reasons. I could be emotional when, let's just say, when my grandmother passed away. I could be emotional when my significant other, something happened to her, God forbid. I can be emotional when one of my homeboys, something happened to him, whether he just either hurt or he got disrespected from his wife or girlfriend, or he's out in the street or something like that. I can be emotional. Now, what I mean by emotional, because when people hear that about with men, that doesn't mean we calm down crying and carrying on and this, that, third. That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean we're going to be doing this. Now, I'm not saying we're doing that, Marcus, but we do have emotions, so we're going to show it. And clearly, again, I'm still in the first one when he beat his hands. And Shay, you had him that point. If you just kept the comic collective, by the time he beat his hands, you'd have won that debate. And again, and a lot of people don't understand this too, and nothing against Shay or anybody else, but just add a tidbit. My experience when it comes to debate, and you could be as wrong as cotton candy, like it tastes like corn. If you keep your cool head and you have your game face, and you could tell the sky is green all day, and they so mad and frustrated, and you won. You drew that energy from them and took it to you.
Well, that's the part where, like, I disagree with the statement that, like, men can't be emotional. I think just people in general should not be emotional to the point where they allow their emotions to take control of their behavior.
Right.
That's
That's
what we're talking about here. Because that's what we're talking about here specifically.
Yeah.
Like,
especially if you have an agenda, it's like just maintain. You know what I'm saying? Like every battle. Everybody play video games. You got your boss. You got to slowly chip at him until you win that fight. You on up to the next level. But we're continuing.
Please, nobody else.
But you're not listening to me when I speak. You're telling me what I should be doing instead of asking me why I do it.
I asked you why.
And when I accept it,
I asked you why. That was my first
even
question.
now, when I'm saying, I ask you why, and when I ask you why, and I ask you why,
and I asked you why. Continue.
All right. So, Shay, simply put, he makes this content. You might not like how he disproportionately
And
makes
I
fun of black
unfollow.
women, but yeah, you have the right to do that. I mean,
It's facts.
yeah. So it's just a little,
yeah.
like it's like it's like if you don't like something, just don't watch it.
I don't. That's why I unfollowed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I don't want to see it, but I didn't know he
right.
would be here to ask him that question today.
Okay. Yeah, now
You get what I'm saying?
She wanted clarity. All right.
That's
no,
it.
she doesn't.
I think that
She wants to be able to control the person. Because
I don't
when you
want to
want
control
clarity,
it. I just
when
want to know
someone-
why.
If I wanted
That's
to know
it.
why a girl didn't want to date me, if she says it, that's the answer. Not to argue with this girl as she states it. You don't
Tommy,
tell her what you should do. No,
Tommy,
you shouldn't.
Tommy
That
funny as
person is
fuck,
saying-
though.
Tommy,
It's
you
really
ask
funny
a-
as fuck because, like,
You get an answer to a question.
You know what? I would
What?
not
I
even
know what.
get it
You
into that
got an
subject.
answer to a question. You ask, why do I
Like,
post
I
what I
would get
post?
into
You
the
got an
subject
answer.
so bad, but I'm trying not to.
This is the most
Like,
ridiculous
let's be
shit in the
honest.
world.
He talked about so many black people on his platform, but this nigga was trying to fuck a bad bitch like me. Like, stop playing. Like,
Do you hear this shit?
He flew me to him
And your friend.
and my friends.
And fuck your friend. Why the hell are
And
you
you
sitting
didn't
here
fuck
doing
me.
this?
And you didn't fuck
But why are you doing this?
Because
What
you
you
knew
saying?
niggas was trying to
Yo, I'm telling you,
like,
let me
niggas
know.
was trying to act
Listen,
right now in front of
let
a
me-
camera.
how am I- hold on.
let's
shit.
be
How am I
honest.
trying to act?
Nigga,
How am I trying to act?
How am I trying to act?
Let's be honest. This is why black bitches get kicked out of clubs and shit.
I don't give a fuck because it's the truth.
You're acting stupid.
I'm not acting stupid.
Yes, you are.
I'm
I
not.
know you were trying to fuck
Why
me.
you getting so
Wait.
This is
mad?
stupid.
It's
Because you're being dumb.
All right, sorry about that. Go ahead.
I have a question for
Sure.
Shay. Why did you bring that up? Why did you bring it up that he flew you out and he was trying to fuck you? Why?
Because I just was over it. I'm gonna be honest. I was just over it because he was just basically just.
What do you
kept
mean
going
by
around.
over it?
Huh?
What do you mean by over it?
Okay, so previously in the like before that last seconds of what happened, he was throwing slugs at me and nobody knew. He was
What do you
saying,
mean?
"Oh, if I fly a
All right,
girl out."
she's from LA, Shay. You gotta explain to her what slugs mean.
Yeah, I'm from LA.
So
Carry on.
slugs mean he was throwing shots at me, and
Okay,
nobody
got
was
it, got it.
catching it because nobody knew what he did to me.
So when he's saying these things, he's pertaining to you, and it's like
Yes.
shut.
Cause I was with him when it happened. When he got mad because like he was saying when you go watch just the whole thing when they put it up, he had said that oh, if I fly a girl out and she don't give me no pussy, she gonna have to look for her own flight back. And I'm just looking like this nigga really. He was really throwing shots in and out of the whole podcast at me. The whole entire time he was. And I was letting him because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let him just, talking shit. Keep talking. So then when it came to just that last part when he was just saying, I don't give a fuck. You're mad because I don't like black girls. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just be honest, Tommy. You flew me out because you thought you was going to fuck me.
You got anything to say,
So
Bobby?
how you don't like black girls?
Now it's coming to some hard questions. Miss Shay, coming to some hard questions now.
Hey, I got some written down for you, but I'm sorry.
What you got, Poppy?
I mean, did he really say that he don't like black girls?
It's not that he don't like black girls. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. He portraying it.
Hold on.
Portraying it.
I need
Really, let's rewind it a little bit again. Can we rewind just that little
Sure,
clip
no problem.
to where I led up to say what I said?
This is why black bitches get kicked out of clubs and shit.
I don't give a fuck because it's the truth.
You're acting stupid.
I'm not acting stupid.
Yes, you are.
I'm
I know
not.
you were trying to fuck
Why
me.
you getting so
This is
mad?
stupid. Because you're being dumb. You're being ignorant.
I'm not being ignorant. It's the truth.
Bitch, you flew to my house. You said you wanted to fuck.
Exactly.
This is stupid.
I didn't look
tell
the
me when you
fucking
said it.
messages
Wait,
when I
wait,
said I
wait,
said
wait.
fuck.
You didn't rewind it more. You
I
have
gotta go
to.
back more?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because this
Oh,
is leaving
bitches
off where
get
we
kicked
were.
out.
I ain't even. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, a little bit more right there.
That's good.
Clubs and shit.
I don't give a fuck because it's
No,
the
a little bit more.
A little bit more? All right.
Because
What
it's
you
the
doing?
niggas was trying to
I'm telling you,
niggas was trying to act
Listen,
right now in front of the
Okay. That's why you have women in your life, fellas. They point you in the right direction.
to him
And your friend.
and my
A little bit
friends.
more.
But your friend.
Okay, I got you.
Bad, but I'm trying not to.
This is the most
Like,
ridiculous
let's be
shit in the
honest.
world.
He talk about so many black people on his platform, but this nigga was trying to fuck a bad bitch like me. Like, stop playing. Like,
Do you hear this shit?
he flew me to him
And your friend.
and my friends.
And
So what
fuck
you're
your friend.
saying?
Why the hell are
And
you
you
sitting
didn't
here
fuck
doing
me.
this?
And you didn't fuck
But why are you doing this?
Because
Well, you have to say that he
niggas was
fucked
trying
Yo,
to
I'm telling you,
like,
no,
niggas
no.
was trying to act
Listen,
right now in front of
let
the
me-
camera.
How am I hold on,
Let's
shit.
be
How am I
honest.
trying to act?
Niggas
How am
really
I
couldn't
trying to
even
act?
get the
We need
pussy
to raise-
because
How am I trying to act?
let's be
How am I
honest,
trying to act?
Jay.
This is why black bitches get kicked out of clubs and shit.
I don't give a
Bitch,
fuck
this-
because it's the truth.
You're
It's
acting
the truth.
stupid.
I'm not acting stupid.
Yes, you are.
I'm
I know
not.
you were trying to fuck.
What were we trying to find?
Because it's just like what he just spit out of his mouth. This is why black bitches get kicked out of clubs and shit. It's,
I'm curious about that. Did you get kicked out of the club? Was that another
No,
slug?
he was. Yeah, I thought that was another slug.
it's just a slug on
No,
black
no, no.
women.
He wasn't
period.
talking about me on that because I
He was
didn't
talking in
know
general.
get kicked out.
This is
Yeah, he was just talking in general to make a point.
she's talking about something factual that happened, and he's turning it around like, oh, this is why black women are fucking crazy. Period. It's
okay.
that same narrative.
Shay, I got two questions. because my friend, we were talking about this yesterday before I knew you was gonna come on the podcast, and my friend had a question, and I know she's gonna want me to ask this for her. When did this happen? Like this whole, when did you get flown out? Was this like months prior, weeks prior, or just prior?
Yeah, it was days after the podcast because he said he wanted to fly me and her out for his podcast.
Days before the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Yeah, this is like a couple days right after we all did it. So he literally booked our flights because that's the original. I got all the messages in my phone. So it was like, I say the day before we was about to leave, that's when he started talking about, oh, so y'all trying to do some OnlyFans content. I'm like, hell no, I'm not with that. Like, I said, I got to get there to see your energy because I go off of energy. And so, but in the message, I did say no, and then that's when he was asking again. The day of, we was there, and he was like, what is your likes and don't likes? And then I'm like, I didn't even reply. He wrote me again and was like, I just wish I could pull up the messages. And basically, I just told him, no, like, I'm good on that. Like, if I wanted to do it, I want to feel the energy first, and then that's how it all escalated then. Because I told him no like 2-3 times. Then I'm like, you know what? If I feel it, okay, bet I might do it. But I knew in my head I was not gonna fuck Tommy. Like hell no. Like
yeah. Okay. No. So my next question is, this is for my homegirl. She said, was it a one-way ticket? Like, because he said he flew you out. So did he fly you? Did he do a two-way ticket or did he fly you out with a one-way ticket?
Oh, that's a good question.
A round trip.
He flew me out with a one-way.
What airline?
It don't matter about the airline. It was a nice.
Did you
have it wasn't a bad one.
My question
it wasn't no Spirit. I can say that. Definitely no Spirit or no fucking Frontier.
No, you're fine. You don't have to show the receipt.
Hold on, I gotta go get a charger. I'm on 10%. It just popped up.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, because Poppy has a good question. That was my question too. Poppy, we so cute, thinking alike.
But while we're waiting on her to get a charger, we're gonna read some of the chats. Marcus.
I just want to let you know I took it down this road so these questions get asked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate you. But we're gonna scroll up a little bit. Appreciate you, Rick. Appreciate you, Rich, because you said pretty much chiming in a lot. Let me mute her real quick. Okay, cool. So Rich said here, it's almost like it's a joke and a challenge for a female to provoke and get under a black man's skin. She wants a trophy for getting under his skin. So I think that was pretty much a little bit earlier when they was getting a debate.
Let her read that when she's back online so she can see what you want to say.
Yeah, but it's it just, to me, these kind of comments, like, no offense, they're great comments and everything. It's just, when you get the backstory, imagine sitting there and having someone provoke you the entire time and saying tidbits of here and there throughout the entire podcast. Like, there's not a lot of people that are going to sit there and, like, take it throughout the entire time. It's, you know what I mean? Like, because her saying, like, oh, that had to do, now I understand why she.
Can y'all hear me?
I'm like, okay.
Yes. All right, we're gonna read. Did you want to ask your question first, Deuce, and then we'll go to this comment real quick?
No, I asked my question. It was the
okay, cool.
one-way ticket.
Richard had a comment, and pretty much Mika had pretty much just addressed a little bit, but I guess it's a little bit directed for you. It says it's almost like it's a joke and a challenge for a female to provoke and get under a black man's skin. She wants a trophy for getting under his skin.
Give that bitch a trophy.
Well, I guess that's a question to you. Like, what would you? Yeah. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I just leave you the opportunity to answer that one. So, was you just trying to get him provoked at that time of the heat of the moment, or did you just say?
No, I really wasn't trying to get under his skin. I just really wanted to know. Like everybody else, so many people probably wanted to hear or ask him that, and I just spoke for everybody that wanted to ask.
Okay.
And I still to this day, I still haven't got a specific answer.
I can agree with that because I was waiting for the answer too. I still haven't seen it.
Poppy had a good question.
I think you already touched on it, but I want to make sure. So you said he flew you to ATL, right? So that means you have to fly yourself back home, or?
No, he booked my flight back home.
After the whole incident?
After me not fucking?
No. After the whole what this happened.
No,
this is a whole other time.
Angela, we're talking about.
Okay. Before the drama.
When he flew her out, Poppy's asking, when he flew you out, it was a one-way ticket. Did you have to fly yourself out because you did not fuck?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. He booked my flight back.
Is that because
So hold on, you bullied
I was
me.
only there for 2 days. Like I didn't want to. Like I did not even want to be there. Like when I got there, the energy was just so off, and I already had a bad feeling before I even went up there. Before I even went, I had told my friend. I said I really do think it's a bad idea. Like I got a bad feeling about it, and I also got that in messages.
Okay,
I told her and texted her that.
Okay, Rich. Add some context to this, bro, and just what she's like. He says she's lying. Tommy showed the real messages. So and again, this is what I saw on Tommy's, because we can go there too. But this is what
that wasn't my number 2, by the way. He was showing him and Claudia's messages, not me and his.
Yeah, since you said that, because no disrespect to Tommy, because me and Deuce went over that video because we were watching it just to be watching it. He goes over, hands his phone down. Now this is me. Hey, let me put my phone out of the scene. Yeah, man, look at this. Look, I didn't follow her. Mika following me. I blocked her. Then put the camera
He
back down
lying.
again.
I was just on
the
his
camera,
page,
bring it up again. Look, I didn't say nothing about Poppy. Poppy talk about me. Let me put the phone down out of angle again.
Yeah, that was a big lie right there, because I got the screenshots.
Poppy, you see what you said about me?
Why
brother?
don't you display the screenshots?
Yeah, I got the screenshots to when when I unfollowed him. You could see that it just unfollowed. Tommy never ever had me blocked. He knew I unfollowed him because he texted me.
But why didn't you? Because you said I have screenshots, like when he's saying like she wanted to fuck me, and then you're saying like what? Show the message where I said that one time, and wasn't like apparently he showed something.
Matter of fact, can I come off of this and then send it to the message, and then y'all blow the messages up?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Down.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
I mean, the team says it's majority rules, so I'm not gonna argue with them.
I don't want to put his number out, so just put the last 4 digits so you know it's him.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. Hey, is this up to y'all guys in the chat? Is what y'all
Okay,
want?
I'll be right back. I'm about to go screenshot everything, and then I'm gonna send it to your phone.
Yeah.
The one you text me from. Okay, back. I'll be right back.
Cause see, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
This tea is warm.
It's not even about the fucking tea. It's like just proving, because this is how many times do people say like show the screenshots and prove it, and she's just like, all right, here, and I'll show the number. Just block out.
You know what? That's a good
that's
point
the
too.
real shit right there.
People hesitate on stuff like that. Like, hey, show
Yeah,
me.
Huh?
She's a guest, man.
Welcome to the Great Pill. You don't know Mika, nothing.
I want to hear.
Nothing.
My Poppy gets a voice, sir.
No, Poppy gonna get this. That's what Poppy gonna get.
Hey, Poppy, DM me. Tell me what you got.
Listen, that's a compliment, okay?
Oh, she got ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a compliment. That bitch does have ass.
I saw when she got up, I'm like, I see what Tommy
For future content creators, because we're new and everything's coming up. Watch what you say on a platform.
She is a beautiful black woman with a beautiful, rambunctious donka-donk.
If your channel is making over 9K or just making any source of income, and you become demonetized, your money it go close to zero. So please be careful what you say.
Good thing we ain't making anything right now. So that's a big old go-donk.
So thank you. It's been it's some advertising about Angelus. Welcome to the Great Pill. But we will read some chats here as I'm waiting for her to send me the messages through the phone. Go to Marcus real quick. He says, "Wow, Tommy was a gentleman and bought the plane tickets back though." I wouldn't call that as a gentleman. I call that more like either a guilty conscience, or I'm trying to get the evidence back home.
It was two of them. It was her.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, that's true too, Marcus. They wasn't beefing yet. This was before the podcast.
But he also said earlier during the interview of saying like, if she doesn't put out, then she's gonna find her own flight home. The thing is though, it was 2 girls and one of them did put out.
Yeah, there's our friend.
Yeah, that's a successful mission.
Yeah, so that's why he got the flight back.
For $2,500, I'm My
You know what I'm saying? The friend took one for the team. You know
yeah, the friend took one for the team. Yeah, I can respect that. Yeah. I can respect that. All right, let's go to Marcus on the other one. He said, "Wow, the other one." He said, "Tommy did say and show he filed the police report and case number. Did he receive any paperwork?" Wow, we'll read that one back when she comes back on. Marcus.
I was gonna ask that anyway about the case. So
honestly, I thought he would. Man, Deuce went over. I didn't think that it was gonna happen because how everything escalated and 9 to 10 times, like when it comes to a situation like that, that's a lot. Either I'm gonna arrest all or none at all. I'm gonna get somebody. But it don't, sometimes always the fault lines, 9 out of 10 times always the fault lines in the man when it comes to something like that. But with that audience, and I'm gonna say this, with that audience, pretty much the after show from I think it was last night, everybody that was previously there prior to that first event, all was almost back there, and everybody was pretty much pointing a finger at her. So if the police did come, it's pretty much her word against all of theirs, which pretty much sucks.
Right, but it's also recorded. That's the thing where it's like, it's the narrative and everything. Like, because if you notice, like, check this out. She's sitting there saying all these things, and every single one of those people, not a single person is trying to understand where she's coming from or her questions or anything. Everyone's saying how she's like not letting it go and la da 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 da. It's I'm just saying, like, if you go off of energy and the vibration of everything, like, that's already like kind of a setup. Like, yeah.
All right. Okay. Whoever got their phone on, turn the volume down, please. Thank you. Marcus, somebody still got their. Let me mute one at a time. I forgot what it is. Testing. Oh yes. This dude's no. It's like Poppy. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes, Poppy. Marcus says I was watching and seeing the same thing. I agree with you, Marcus. Another one says I don't mind her showing messages. Just show everything, not just the ones that make Tommy look like a simp. Oh, definitely. I agree with you on that one, Richard. But remember, just let's keep the court of public opinion a little bit on her favor in that one, because when you said, pretty much everybody's thinking the same thing. You said it, you're thinking it, everybody thinking like, okay, well, with the phone situation, she's like, hey, I got it. Mika's calling out, like, okay, well, if you got it, do you mind showing it? Me, I'm like, hey, it's not that. It's not my tea to spill. She was like, hey, I'm quickly to do it. You know, most people try to hesitate with situations like that. So she's quick to do it. She's gonna throw the last 4 numbers of the name, etch out some things, not try to doctor too much or put too much personal information out there, and leave it like that. So I definitely agree with you. Trying to make, but also, on my end again. Man, Deuce watched that video. The way he did it again. Poppy's the asshole. Poppy's the good guy. Poppy's that guy. Poppy's the not being very it just kept coming back and forth. It just is crazy. Like I said, I seen the angles of the camera. One angle here. Every time that phone slipped out from that angle, working the magic. When the phone came back up, see guys, see what I'm talking about. So. Also, Rich said it sounds like he got bothered that he was talking like a pimp. Sounds like she got bothered that he was talking like a pimp. We'll break down the definition of a pimp, sir. She's sending me the pictures now. I think she's about to jump back in. God damn.
I'm gonna just say, you can't be talking spicy to somebody that got your whole card. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could talk crazy. You could talk crazy if everybody in the room don't know you. You know what I'm saying? But you sitting shoulder to shoulder with somebody that got evidence on you. You know what I'm saying? That got your whole card. You go like that's stupid. And then you throwing slugs, like that's crazy. You set yourself up to get exposed.
Yeah,
like,
but
people
that's
got
what a lot of these guys think. They think that like Richard? I'm untouchable.
Did you get the messages?
Yes, ma'am. Richard, it's a lot. Richard.
He tried to torch my image. That's exactly what he's trying to do. Make it seem like I hate light-skinned women and that I'm jealous of them when all my friends are light-skinned.
I feel like you're really jealous of me right now.
Right? I'm so jealous of you. You look so good, girl. When I'm with all the woman empowerment, for real, like, I love
bitches. You know, like love girls. I love girls.
Look, all the guys
Me
went.
too.
Yo,
Me too.
yeah, Poppy said, what?
Literally, I just saw Deuce and Poppy go. Come again.
I'm on what she on.
Exactly.
That's the kind of shit I like.
Let me address this real quick. Hey guys, I know some of you had a question, so I can divert this over and everybody can see it. But just let me address Marcus real quick. Hey Marcus, real quick. We're starting. This is a brand new channel. We're starting out. I'm not gonna make nobody a mod. I have one person that's a mod, and I'm just gonna leave it like that for now until the channel start growing, and maybe. But even then, and again, back to content creators out there. If you're not experienced on how to find a moderator, what to look for in a moderator, having meetings with moderators, all that extra stuff, you can literally run everything on your own. If you have 50,000, 100,000 subscribers, I will give you a lot of people in the back end who's actually who does their YouTube channel just by themselves, have channels, live streams in the background, everything like that. So it's not that important to have a moderator. And as you see right here, got Minka here is the wife, my homeboy here, Poppy, got Deuce here is an upcoming content creator. So they're pretty much more enough mod, and I have Primer on the back end that support me every time, especially when I go over his stream on Sundays. So if I don't have the honor to go on his platform to speak, I'm on the back end being my own moderator just to help out from that end because we can't see everything. So it's a team. But right now, no sir.
So you could also, I just send them in out of order, so you can whichever ones you want to just put up there. You don't got to put all of them if you don't want, but the main thing specifically that is catching your eye, you can put those up there.
Okay. Did anybody have a question before we go back to the clip?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to forward them to me and I can edit them for the phone number, or what do you want to do?
Well, she already edited everything. I just
already edited.
I
just black out his.
Never mind.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Poppy.
I don't know if you answered, but you said once you told me that you wasn't gonna smash him, right? Did you bully Tommy into flying you back to Miami?
You say what?
Did you bully Tommy into flying you back to Miami?
No, I just asked him. Really, Claudia asked him for me, and then that's when I was like, you know what, I can speak for myself. Can you book my flight back to Miami? And he said, yeah. He was like, yeah, I told you I'll book it. Because I told her anyway it was sketchy why he booked the one way. But then she was like, we don't know how long we're going to be there. And I was like, oh, you're right. So he just did the one way, and I got there. And then when I got there, it wasn't what I thought. And I just had him book it for the next day to leave. Well, after the 2 days was up. After we did his podcast on OnlyFans, that's when I left.
Okay, now because of that, now the plane ticket situation, do you feel like you learned your lesson with that for the next guy who want to flew you out, or are you like, hey, okay, I'll just say because that's why I think Deuce asked that question earlier, and that's pretty much a safety precaution. And I say this for any woman, even just for any woman out there, if you're going out for some guy and they flew you out, number one, I'm a firm believer in the advocate of this. Vet them wisely, okay? Your phone numbers is that. Hey, if you got a friend, let them know. Give them a heads up. Hey, I'm going here. Make a planned date. I'm hanging out with you for 3 days. I need my round trip ticket. If they got the money like they say they got, like AKA Tommy, like he allegedly has, he wouldn't mind changing the flights again, add that little extra $200. I don't know how much it costs, but I drive, so whatever it costs just to do the change of tickets for that last minute, they get you that extra day or two. So.
I just say, rule of thumb, if you're getting, there's nothing that's for free, period. You're gonna pay somehow. Luckily, your friend took one for the team. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Was she on the podcast that night? Fresh and Fit? Was she there?
You don't have to answer that either. Okay. If you don't want to.
Fair question. All right, well, moving on. And Marcus, when I get it, like I said, we'll talk, Marcus, and we'll see how everything work out. But I definitely want to, if I have anybody on the team like I got now, and me and Mika, everything I bring up, I run it to her because it's just not my thing. And two, I pretty much vet everybody carefully. Even stuff she'd be like, hey, I don't care if you tell me, I'm still letting her know regardless. So she knows everything inside and out. Even if it annoys the poo-poo out of her, I don't care.
Why are you getting so mad?
It's because you're being dumb. You're being ignorant.
I'm not being ignorant. It's the truth.
Bitch, you flew to my house. You said you wanted
Exactly.
to fuck. This is stupid.
I didn't, girl. I didn't
tell
leave
people
no
you
fucking
said it.
messages where I said I
This
wanted
is
to
up.
fuck.
You literally did.
No, I did
What's
not.
the pussy good?
You
This
told
is
me
stupid.
that we were going
This
on a
is-
podcast for your
No,
show
this
on
is
OnlyFans.
ignorant. This is fucking dumb.
I got all the
This
receipts
bitch
in my
wants somebody to
phone.
know somebody
I can
tried to
dead
fuck
ass
her,
pull
'cause
that
I'm
shit
working
out.
and she's a porta potty.
No, I'm not a party party. Tell me what nigga shitted on me.
Shut up.
Tell me what
Jesus
nigga
Christ.
should know, because it's
You
the
want
truth.
people to know. You
You're
are wanting
mad.
to let somebody know I tried to
This
fuck
nigga
you.
Can I say
is
something?
sad.
Yeah,
Because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
follow
Yes, ma'am.
See, if he can lie and say that I'm a porty potter, he's lying about damn near everything he's saying. He even said it last night on the show. I get flued out to get pissed on, all this, and I squirt and all this on men, and I said it out my mouth. I never, ever, ever. I fucking play bitches. As not for my bitches. I fucking play niggas, as y'all see. It even was on my main page. I literally was like, bitches is getting flown out to Dubai to be a human porty potter, and now he taking that and running with it, making it seem like I went to Dubai to go get shitted on when I originally already had my Dubai ticket since November.
Marcus just about said, did the Latin girl, the Latin chick say the girl cat was good? Is that even irrelevant? Marcus?
But yeah, it was just
Skip
like
that question.
he just lying on, even on that, talking about I get shitted on, I'm a toilet. What the fuck? Are you now? You over here really just disrespecting me? Like you doing this now because you're angry. Now you're the angry black man.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm agree with DSN double. What you gonna call you? 07, bro. There was no man in that room. ... You're not supposed to let a man talk to any woman like that. And that's nothing
Right.
too. Like I get it, and this is like I said, me and Deuce kind of broke this down, and we'll come to that part because it's getting to that point where everybody was just one-sided. And like I said, I read a lot of comments. And it wasn't a taking side shade. It was the matter of how you carry yourself as a man. It wasn't carry yourself as a black man, even though for me that's a point too, because I'm raised up as a black man. But just as a man, period, how you carry yourself as an individual, how you carry yourself as a person. And when that situation came up and arose, I went on both sides. First, I said, hey, as you as a young lady, try to maintain and carry yourself like Minka had brought up earlier, but I'm not going to beat you up. Him as a man, for you to say, I'm a man, I got all these degrees, I got all these criterias, and clearly the way he carries himself, you either somewhat from the streets, somewhat in the hood and neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you got that kind of, you have that kind of, I don't want to say you got swag. You got that kind of awareness, social awareness about you. When you know a woman like that getting heated, you kind of like let me fall back. Like I said, you can look at the stats.
Here's the bottom line, dude.
Go ahead.
He started calling her he started calling her a bitch right off the bat. Then started saying she's a porta potty. It took all of that for her to start she didn't even call him the N-word. She was saying no N-word, do that.
One name.
Exactly, and that's my point where it's like he's doing the most. He's getting emotional. He's calling her names, and everyone's bagging on her, and everyone's on the complete opposite spectrum where they're opposed from her. No one's like seeing her side whatsoever on that show. They're making the noises right off of the bat when she first wanted to ask the question. The whole thing is like this is what I say about this show. They have the show to antagonize women. Every woman that we've talked about that has been on that show, it's always about how do we antagonize this hoe so that she can act like a dumbass hoe, a dumb bitch, and prove our point that all women are trash and that men are high value and that women need to prove their value, because that's exactly what it comes down to. And that's
I agree.
like,
And they say it all the time. They even laughing and giggling. What you think about the show? Oh my God, I didn't trigger you.
it's just the point is like he's calling her all of these names right off the bat. Like he's getting mad and not getting his way and being proven wrong, and he's getting pissed off about it. And if we go back to what he said, you should be able to challenge someone and have a dialogue and shake hands afterwards.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's true too.
That is why I
is
made
true.
that point earlier. That is why I made the point earlier.
That is true. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When she and I don't advocate for violence or whatever, but since that was debate and she got up and when Shay started getting up and it got a little bit heated. And let's just say she didn't do that, and when she said what she said, I sat down very calmly, just like a switch, shook his hand.
Right?
But yeah, let me read this real quick. I'm gonna call you 007 because that's a cool name. Okay, we read that one already. And Ian, my man Ian, yes, but no man is supposed to let any woman talk to him that way as well. So again, it's a give and take. It's a give and take.
But she didn't.
And then that's pretty much what we dissected the whole time. She didn't call him out his name. She didn't do anything. He's doing the bees and hoes and squirting and the doing like all these type of things. This is all him. Let me get the trigger words out the way. Let me call the names. This is why black women is that. This is why black bees do this. Let me get the trigger word out. So that's pretty much. Go ahead.
Let's play it. I'm ready.
And I didn't fuck him on OnlyFans. I didn't want to fuck him.
Is your weed that tight today, man?
Again, another shot.
Luke fucking with you?
Niggas pay me. Do you hear me?
This bitch is drunk and acting
I'm
stupid.
not drunk. I'm
Stupid.
You dead
I'm
fucking
not
stupid.
drunk. I promise to God.
They're trying to put the drunk card out.
I'm drunk right
Chris,
now.
dumb son of a bitch. Just up there
No,
just being
you're
ignorant for
dumb.
no reason.
No. He not finna try to play me on
Who's playing you, stupid bitch?
No, bitch, you fucking stupid.
Okay,
And then I want to say this: when I grab the mic, they trying to make it seem like I grabbed a mic to hit him. I'm grabbing the mic to talk in it while I'm standing up. Never once did I try to even threat him with the mic. And he said that I broke his foot because the mic hit it. As you see, when it continues, the mic was already gone before his foot got hit on. The mic was his mic was still on the stand. My mic, as you for the see, I held that mic because I wanted my point across. And I wanted everybody to hear what I had to say because they always told us to talk in the mic so you can hear. So I was in that mic talking. Never once did I pick up the mic to threaten him or to hit him. No, you can watch as we're watching it all together. I'm watching it as I'm talking. I mean,
no, Shay, I get that because again, I get it and we all see that. But at that point when it comes to the fact of nobody don't know you, you know what I'm saying? Vibe. Like if I come to your house and I'm yelling and screaming this and third, everybody gonna look at me in a suspense moment. And what is this person gonna do next moment? You see what I'm saying? So at that point, that's when Chris came in between you, and let me just try to diffuse it. Now I understand when he got between you, maybe you felt some kind of way, and I'm just speculating.
He was verbally assaulting me.
I'm speculating.
Verbally assaulting.
I'm speculating at this point. But when it came to that, saying like, "Hey, CC, I don't want nobody to think that I'm going to do that," but at that moment, like real talk, the outside looking in, anybody gonna assume like, hey, well, she's loud, she's screaming, she grabs the mic, she gets up. We don't know what she's gonna do at that point. And again, unless you actually had your friend there, that one friend is gonna vouch for you of your character. Like all them hoes there is not gonna vouch for you. They're not. So that's pretty much in the public eye. At that moment, that's what it looked like. That's why even Mika brought up like saying, and again, this is all a teachable moment for people that comes on to Fresh and Fit, and just people period. When you have these arguments, debates, or what have you, especially with other men, that's ignorant men like this, and they know how to trigger people, and you just said it yourself, now you know that he's a toxic person, maybe a little bit a narc on that end, but let me carry myself a little bit better. Maybe it's not going to take as long as it can to maybe win that kind of debate with him or get him riled up, but let me watch the trigger moments. The first one, when he slammed his hand on the table. Second one, he raised his hand. When all those moments kept coming, I just kept my cool and collective, kept talking. By that time, you would have got no reaction. Fresh and Fit wouldn't be getting a stack of money, how they laughing and giggling off of your pain and suffering. Because that's all that was.
Because I'm just going to point out, bitch, dumb bitch, stupid bitch, drunk bitch, weave too tight, stupid ass bitch. It's like, I understand.
That sound like it came from Shay? That don't sound like it came from Shay.
That all came from him, but what I'm saying is like because you talk about like you want to empower women and all of this stuff, right? So one of the things that I always tell people in general is the moment you got up, the moment you took the mic away and you stood up, you gave him your power. He didn't take it from you. You gave it to him willingly. Because then that's when you became the aggressor. It doesn't matter what happened, how it played out. That's the moment that you gave him your power. Because it's had you just sat there, had you shut the fuck up and just sat there and continue to let him call you names, you'd have been good. But the problem is that you got played out of pocket and you allowed that to trigger you. So now in order for you to move forward and like continue to grow, you got to look at why did that trigger me? Why did those words antagonize me to the point where I got up and I got played out of pocket? Because at the end of this scene, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I say that respectfully with love. Like, it's...
And you're right. And already, like, trust me, as you saying that, you and multiple people have told me that, and that's why I took time to, like, really realize why. You know, I even really should have just really walked out once he just started going just in on me. And, you know, that's the only thing I do regret is standing up. But I also stood up because he was as you can see, he was just getting too aggressive. So I didn't know what he was on neither.
Yeah. And we don't say that, but just make this a valuable lesson. And even to the viewers out there too.
It is.
Whether you going on Fresh and Fit, just anywhere, because and this is me personally.
The Great Pill Podcast.
Yeah, because this is me personally. If I come to a place where there's business or what have you, a club, and I know it's that rowdy, and I hear just rumors, but I never witnessed it myself, but I'm hearing rumors, I'm gonna have my guard up. You know what I'm saying? And if I do go there and if I see somebody I recognize and see Pop, like, hey, Pop, I don't like the way you look. We had beef a while ago, you know, New York. Proud of y'all New Yorkers. You two deuce. When I come in there, and I'm a guest, hey, Mari, you know what? I don't fool that chick no more. We had some issues just in case some vibes come up. Put it next to you. To me, that'd have been perfect. Because you next to Myron, and if you rub Myron just a little bit, then that'd have been on y'all too. Because everybody know how Myron is. So you'd have probably been like, hey, I got my guard up a little bit because of how Myron character is, or I may feel a little bit more comfortable because of Myron there. I'm next to Myron. So
what was Papi gonna say?
Yes, I say, buddy.
I wanted to ask my homegirl right here. When everything started going crazy, do you ever feel like in danger? You ever came across your head that this might come across your head?
You say what? You say as
do you think that he was trying to like go across your head at any point?
I really can't understand. Your accent is so strong.
I said,
it's so sexy.
Do you ever feel like he was in any danger? Do you feel like he was gonna hit you?
Yes, I did. I could tell. He was that angry. Like, if you could just feel it. Like, I was right next to him. I felt it. Like, I felt I was in danger. Like, I felt like, what the fuck? So I really did stood up too. And I was still going to talk, though. But I did feel like I was in danger. Yes, I do.
I just want to say, because I think I said this in the reaction video, but just like in the future, this is where I feel like Fresh and Fit was wrong. Like, the moderators should have came in and separated y'all. Like y'all can still have a conversation, and I think things would have been civil if y'all weren't in such close proximity to one another, right? He was right next to you, you were right next to him. It'd have been different if you were like a quarter away from the table. And I think maybe in the future, if ever you feel like, you know, have the presence of mind to know if ever you feel like somebody next to you having a conversation in that kind of setting, sometimes maybe just move a couple people down, and that'll just like totally change the energy.
Yeah, and also the Florida state law is it don't matter if someone hits you first or if someone hits you second. If you're feeling in danger, you can protect yourself.
Stand your ground.
And there's a point to be proven at the end of this video.
Okay,
and there's a very point to be proven in this video.
Yeah. All right, we'll continue. But that actually answers somebody's question because they was asking about it. Brought that up as far as cops being called and you called them or that he called on you. So
yeah, he called the police on me. He did a police report on me.
Okay, so that is true.
He windmilled up.
He was like straight. He was going after her. Like, yeah, you did swing, which is like we already talked about that. But the fact, like, this is the part where like I I'm gonna tell you, as like, I lost this feeling when I was 25. I'm not invincible. Shit will happen to me. So if you're gonna put yourself in that kind of situation where you went first, that man he looks like a fucking steroid ass motherfucker. Like, he would have beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, of course, he's
What
a
are you
man.
doing?
So what had you feel like, okay, if I hit him, it never crossed your mind that he's gonna fight back, or did you care? You just didn't care.
I was protecting myself. I was literally. I felt like I was protecting myself. My life was. I felt like it was a threat. Like, I was protecting myself. He was becoming too aggressive, and I didn't know what he was trying to do to me. So, and even in the video, people keep saying that I swung and I hit him. As you look in the video, I didn't even hit him. It didn't even connect.
It looks like you did in the video.
Yeah,
it does look like I did in the video, but I really want someone to zoom it all the way up. That punch did not connect.
Okay. Well, now this is
him.
Well, when me and Deuce did a reaction to it, and from me and Deuce, and Deuce can check me this one, it looked like you hit him, because it looked like where your hand went, like, not fully. It looked like here, like you tapped his chin. That's what, like, from our angle. Because we kept
he ran up on me. He's running up on me. Rewind it. I gotta protect myself.
No.
It's not clear. You know, it's not clear. We could go about this all day, because, like, even when I used to box, you could look like you got hit and never got hit.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very possible that she did swing. He ducked it at just the right time.
He did. He definitely he ducked it. He didn't even get hit. He tried to make it seem like I hit him. Oh, she hit me in my face. This bitch just hit me in my face. No, I didn't hit you in your face, Tommy. Let's be honest. Your ass, when I got up, and when Myron, I think that's his name, right? When he came and pulled me back, Tommy ran back up on me. Tommy's running up on me. So even if I swung, I was protecting myself.
Now, let me go back and play this again, because this what made him, like, me and Deuce went back a couple of times on this, because this is the issue I had, and we was given, like, a lot of scenario conversations on what coulda, shoulda, woulda type deal, and I'm pretty much a firm believer on the, and I'm with 007 in this, like, hey, a man's supposed to do this, a man should do that. Now, normally, and you can, shoot me down for this 007, I might not would have said really anything unless at that moment, knowing, like, when Chris ran, that's would have been a time I probably would have spoke. But that's as far as I would have went. But when you'd have rose up, I would have stepped in the same way Chris did. Like, hey, look, if it's two men, hey, you get Tommy, I'll get the girl. We'll divide them physically, and just then, hey, let's sit down and and break it down and calm it down, have a civil conversation. But since it was Chris by himself, he pushed her he got her from on my end, like, hey, let me get her.
Oh, shit.
Okay, you good now?
No, I just saw something. So if you zoom in, sorry, I was on the sideline. If you zoom in, as soon as she got up and that guy was in between them, he shoved that guy, which shoved her, and that's when she went in for the
we
swing.
see it. Yeah, it shows us here too.
I didn't see that before.
Well,
I was protecting myself.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That just
Can we rewind that again, please?
Yeah, we're going back there, because I pretty much want to tap into, especially for the viewers, because that's the issue I had, is when she got up, it looked like she swung this way. Like you said, we can go back and forth all day. We're not. And when Chris grabs her and go from there, this is pretty much why I had the issue with it. Now, I'm going to slow it down so we can see it in little slow-mo. So
yeah, rewind it.
All right, that's what she
For no reason.
No. He not finna try to play
We can't see.
You
Wait, we can't see.
Bitch, we can't see. We can't see.
I apologize.
We can't see. Look at me. I'm like, I can't see. I'm like investigator.
Play.
I'm zooming in too.
Why is she acting like
Can you zoom in?
with my wife? Yes, I can. 1 second. All right, can y'all see it good now?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, let me slow it down for you guys so we can get like a little frame by frame. I'll make it a little bit
So he's
slower.
in between.
I'll make it a little bit slower.
have done.
All right, he saw the punch thrown, and he moved back. Now, it took another woman to jump in that to try to pull another grown man off of
And Fresh was too busy recording, they couldn't even help.
Oh, Fresh don't do that. Fresh stay fresh.
Yo, Myron took the long way around. Because, you know, she was next to him. She went straight. Myron took the long way around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she went this way. Myron went all the way around. And passed like 7 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Hey, you know what's here funny? Because nobody don't know this background, but you know what Myron said on Fresh's clip channel? He said, hey, thanks to my training, what saved the day. So his training taught him to do that, sir.
His training.
Yeah, his training.
Because last time I checked, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And my man went around the building. All right. Sorry.
Let's go.
Yeah, and the other one with the phone in his hand recording.
Yeah. But see, and look at this. Again, it happened twice because he got her away. This is what I'm saying. At the moment, again, Shay, this is me. Because like I said, I don't know you. If you came in, we're arguing, I'm getting at you. Again, you don't know my personality.
You're not.
I don't know your personality. You don't know my personality. You get heated. I'm in my mind, like, hey, I'm winning the argument because I got her riled up. She's on the mic. I'm not going to lie. The moment you stand up, let me just lean back or just move back 3 feet and let you continue and stay in your feelings. That's how I would have handled it. Now, when you got up, and if I did act ignorant and that escalated where you threw a punch or whatever, and I swing, miss, or didn't connect, another individual got you away. And this is why I talk about social awareness, guys. Social awareness. When another grown man, and you can pretty much chime in on this one, I'm 007. When another grown man, when you get that much, you got a woman like that, even if she's out her mind loco, and you got somebody else got her to the side, you're good in the clear. You're so much in the clear. So why don't you let her defuse herself? Let everybody handle that. Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna walk away from the situation. Let me go in a corner as you see her screen. Let me get out of the screen and just be completely between 2 tables now. Because at that time, if she does that, clearly on Shay. Clearly on Shay. But she's still in the corner, in her feelings. What he do? Twice. Go after her, jump over Chris. Comes back, yells and screams. Oh, hell no. That hit me. Jumping over Chris again like we're in some WWF wrestling match. That don't make any sense. Why would a grown man do that? That's the part I don't get.
The oldest man in the room.
But I will say this, like it was said earlier on that show, there's different beliefs, and like some of the people said, like if you're a woman and you raise your hand to a man, you can expect to be.
I'm 100%.
I'm
agree with, like I said, I'm agree with that because we went, like I said, I'm reading the comments, not only just Fresh and Fit, but other platforms where I'm coming back and forth like, hey, just to be fair, he is a man. Just to be fair, there was like million of options he could have used it. And then, and there was 2 ladies on there. I want to reach out to them because they were actually speaking up for you. Just they didn't take sides. They was like, hey, he's still a man. There was so many ways. And then and Tommy was like, well, I'm a man, so why do we have to do that, brother? And I'm gonna say this with my heartfelt sincerity to Tommy and any other guy. If you know you got hands, like real talk. If you've been around the area and you're in the roughest neighborhood, you gotta have that social awareness because you know if you come to another man like that, a real dude, you're not gonna have that type of energy like he just showed. You're not gonna do that. Like just be honest. It ain't about you black, white, green, purple, yellow. Another man is not gonna act like that. He's gonna be on the defense. What he got, what he can't. They're gonna be a stare off. They're gonna be that vibe energy like you're not gonna mess with me. I'm gonna mess with you. I don't care how small little. It's another man dealing with another man. But when it comes to a woman like that, you know physically you have, and plus the fact that you're in a position of power, whether you're like a lot of stuff he was spewing out, and Meek was taking all types of lists of verbally stuff he's saying. You got PhDs, HTDs, and you successful on YouTube. You got to carry yourself at higher standards, and then you contradict yourself. Say, hey, but I don't give a F. I don't give this. I don't give that. Ladies, just be careful when you're dating this guy. Be careful when you get food out with this guy. The money might look great, but hey, I'm like, be honest, $2,500, buy it real quick. So that's crazy. 3 times. 3 times. Like, come on now. Who does that?
But he was emotional.
Now here come Big Boy. Shout out to the girl to the left, because I really want to know what she was doing.
Yo, yeah, what she pointed at? What she was doing?
I don't know.
Him with his phone.
Yo!
He's letting the girl in the red handle a big ass dude, and he's just walking by with his phone.
Yeah, she's sucking his dick. I don't know what they got going on, but she definitely probably sucking his dick. Because even last night, she's 100% on Tommy. Like, I guess she getting flowed out next.
He was on everybody, dog.
But she did jump to, she did jump to stop him.
Yeah, I gave her that much respect, but she did.
She needed to be security for Fresh and Fit.
Oh yeah, because what happened?
She the real security.
Yeah, because I thought it was funny because Tommy was checking her about her boob size. He was like, "What I have to do?" He's like, "Yeah, people's intimidated about your breast size." So that was like a little conversation between them two. But then, soon as that broke off, not Fresh, not Byron, Chris and that girl jumped up. It was like a whole tag team. Chris went for you, put you to the side. The girl went up to the other side to push back Tommy. I said, okay, there's some good security right here going on. But she didn't have the strength, but she did her part. And then Myron comes out the long way, but that's part of training, to take the long route to take care of things. And when he did that, everything just got diffused magically. That's a good training, Mika. What you talking about? That's good training right there. Take the long way. So when you get shot out,
Can I get a time check, by the way? What time is it?
It is 12 on my end, and that would make it 1:12 on your end. I know you have an appointment to go to. So I'm not going to keep you.
No, it started at 2. It started at 2, so it's all right. It's another one.
Okay, cool. But I'm going to read these real quick, and anybody got final thoughts? Because I know we got questions.
No, I want to keep watching this video.
All right, girl, you got like 4 seconds slow-mo, so we'll play it out for you.
And
rewind it a little bit, yo.
And then also, after cameras stopped rolling, I wish, they probably still got the clips because they keep rolling, but after they cut it off on YouTube, Tommy went very disrespectful, said that's why my dad's dead. Everybody heard it. Like, it was just like, he went belligerent. Like, his mouth had no filter. Black bitches, fuck black bitches. This is why I don't fucking deal with black bitches. This is exactly why. Like, he was going in once them cameras cut.
Well, no, the cameras didn't cut.
But the main thing he said that had me really, really gone was when he said, that's exactly why your dad's dead. But you reached out to me when my dad died, trying to mourn with me.
Yeah, my condolences about your dad. That's crazy. You shouldn't have took it there. That's a low blow.
That's called manipulation.
You never speak on the dead. Speak how much you want to on me, but my dad didn't do nothing to you to even be spoken on. Why is that even a conversation?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He said that about your daddy. Like, that's wild.
He's emotional.
That's nasty, actually, because if you talk about my dead grandma, we're gonna get it popping.
Oh, yeah, I'm good about my grandmother. Yeah, I'm good about my grandmother. I'm gonna read these real quick, and then while we're doing that, I'm gonna show 1 or 2 of the screenshots.
Messages, yes, please.
Yes. We got here from Mr. Primal. A lot going on in chat, so I appreciate y'all guys. Hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Hit the likes, all that good stuff. Share. It's just all toxic as F. Be adults and have a civil conversation. I definitely agree with that. How old are these people? Who the crap knows? Oh, let me ask you this, Che. Do you have kids?
No.
Okay. Do you, girl? Do you?
Your control be tight.
I don't want kids until I'm like 30. Between 30 and 35 is when I want to start. I got a lot of
yeah, that's a whole other platform. We'll let you go back to Fresh and Fit for that conversation.
Hell no, I'm not going back on that show.
I'm sure Myron can give you some lessons on that one too. But gotta be Myron credit to help.
Yo, now, you've been on that show previously, right? Like 2 times previously?
Yes.
I think so. Okay.
Yo, do you gain Did you gain anything from going to the Fresh and Fit podcast?
That's my next question, yo.
You said what?
Did you gain anything positive from going to their show? Like you said, you've been on that show about 3 times, right?
Twice.
Yeah, well, that last time made it 3. So yeah. To be honest,
we'll speak about the first time. What was your first experience there? Did you feel like you learned something there, or just like, hey, just like
I basically learned. Like it was more so learning. Like, damn, this is really like they make me open my mind up to really see like a lot of things that women what we do, and we think that it's nothing wrong with it, but it do be having consequences too. Like a guy do having a big effect, and then it's like I also see why they do it. But I really, when you say like more of gaining, like I didn't gain nothing but just more knowledge of it.
Okay, just
more knowledge and awareness.
Yeah, of a male's perspective.
Of a male's perspective, why they think this way about certain women.
Your money didn't increase?
Huh?
Your money, you didn't gain, like, because
yeah, my OnlyFans, now that, I'm not going to lie, the OnlyFans went crazy. It went very, very, my first time when I ever did the podcast, and when everybody was following me, I got so many subscribers on my OnlyFans. But on my OnlyFans, I don't have sex with guys. Like, if you subscribe, it's just me, you know. So it's just like people want to just see me and pay me for it. And Fresh and them thought that, you know, the F&F thought that, you know, it was basically I made it viral really when I did that human potty water and thing. Like that's what made me go up on.
Oh yeah, because the first one, she was on, she was making a lot of jokes, and Fresh and Fit and the fans like was very was into the whole conversation. Because they actually did a clip of it with just her making the jokes, and it kept going. So, yeah, it was a really good show.
Yeah.
What was the second one? The second one was
it was good too. It wasn't that bad. I actually talked more about why the government do certain things, or why they put certain, you know, stores on in our hoods, but in other ones they don't. It's just like I went more in depth of, you know, that type of conversation, but they wasn't even trying to let me even talk about it, to be honest. They like and then it went to the whole race thing, and everybody was just like, you know, the race topic just needs to just stop on this F&F show.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that because Fresh was actually, him and Myron had like kind of like a little bit of chatter of just to end the conversation, and the other one was like, hey, let's keep it going. And they ended up asking the chat if that's what we want to do. At that point, me personally, I thought it got really interesting because that's something they really don't even have on their show.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what I talk about, just openly. Like, keep your platform. I'm not gonna tell nobody to change anything you want to do in your house, but the same way they say they're making social awareness, bring a little bit to that. Just like slip it in there from time to time. If it comes up, great. So the same way, and even to be fair, because you're even defending them on the side of, hey, Fresh and Fit isn't doing what Tommy did. Tommy is pointing out 80% out of 100 targeting black women for XYZ. Fresh and Fit is not targeting 80%, this 6%. They're majority going all over the place with race, period. White, black, green, yellow. So that's a fair point. So just slip that in there too. So when somebody else come out here and there, like, no, we talk about segregation, we talk about reparations, we talk about this. It's here and there. So that was a really good topic because nobody wasn't expecting that conversation. It just came up, and the chat wanted it, the group wanted it, and it just kept going. But I'm gonna read this real quick. Marcus says before everybody, because everybody writes something else, they got questions. Marcus says, gotta give Myron credit. He helped save the day. Yeah, Marcus, he did save the day when he took these 360 angle the opposite end. It said the straight line from point A to B to get there later than sooner. Yeah, he did help out. But again, we'll give shout out to that girl because she was there quickly. Chris was there quickly, trying to defuse the situation, which kind of sucks too because how you produce that in your bodyguard, bro? That's crazy. Go back and forth.
By the way, he said he helped and saved Shay, not the name.
Oh, really? How?
No, that's what it literally says. It says, gotta give Myron credit. He helped and saved Shay.
How? In what way? Because he was there later?
No, he just saying that basically, you know, he pulled me back as in, you know, he was just trying to protect me too. That's all. Nothing major.
Let's go. Can we move to the screenshots?
Yes,
okay, girl, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm like, shit.
Anybody got questions, or we just gonna stay there?
Let's do it. Let's just do it,
Screenshots.
sir.
She owed it. Well, I like her.
That's my crazy.
By the way, I definitely I'm going to subscribe to your channel, and I also want you. I would like to, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we have, and this is for the viewers and everybody else. Every Saturday we have lives every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. We go over Primal's channel. Shout out to Primal Studies and support him with. He has really good conversation pieces. He does a little bit differently we do, and starting now from Monday to Thursday, we're gonna we do reactions now here and there. So you're more than welcome to. I'll hit you up whenever you're welcome. Jump on, do a quick reaction, run back to life, to reality.
Okay.
But Monday to Thursday, I'm gonna get it out. Let's get this real quick. Gotta promote the business, girl. Gotta promote the business.
I'm always like, stop promoting.
Monday to Thursday, we're going to be doing starting next week. So we're going to give a time for it and an introduction to explain everything in detail. Monday to Thursday next week, we're going to start doing more lives because that's what we started off with before. We're going to continue to do that.
Okay.
What you got, Meek?
Screenshots.
Which one we starting with?
I haven't put no direct coordinates, so give me a second. Okay, we have one here. Let me know if y'all can see that.
It's a little blurry.
I can make it out.
You can?
Yeah. Well, I was on my way back to ATL, and you said it's 4K to shoot with you guys a piece. That's LOL. So that's who said that? Him or you?
He in gray, I'm in blue.
Yep, you in blue. Okay, you said no. I'm thinking you wanted to laughing my ass off. Fuck us, laughing my ass off. I have no problem with fucking, but I would only do it for my podcast. I told you that. I feel that this is what you charge, but literally with how big my podcast is and OnlyFans is, that price would be crazy. P.S. I added your OnlyFans. Literally just being in a video with me would jump your subs, so me paying is weird. Hell, I was paid to do Fresh and Fit. I'm paid to do whatever I do.
And I confirmed with Fresh that they did not pay him.
I know they did. they ripped off Ayande, so I mean, of course they didn't pay him.
You say, hold on, this is what you said? No, I'm thinking you wanted to fuck.
I thought he wanted to fuck us. He over here talking about, he wanted to fuck us.
I mean, do you blame him?
I mean,
I love you,
of
Poppy.
course I don't blame him. I mean, I would want to fuck me too, of course.
I saw you when you got up, man. I was looking. I know why you.
He complimented you very well, and so did I.
Thank you.
Did she see the next one? If you don't mind.
Yeah, so she puts, I made it safe, heart. Good girl. You look beautiful today, by the way, and thank you for coming out. Thanks, boo. Let me ask, would it have been better had it just been you and me? Nah, it's good, trust me. LOL, I had business to handle here. No, he says, no problem. Just was trying to figure out what changed from what we texted about to what happened here. She says, I wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I see, I was the issue. Fair. Well, I apologize if I misrepresented myself in any way, but I will leave it there and won't pursue it any further. Thank you for coming anyway. And then she hearts the message.
Beta! Yo! Why you got to do all that if you're interested in the girl, you flew her out? Go ahead.
No, we had this conversation the first time I was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I said about chivalry, right? And about men taking rejection in stride.
Yeah.
At that time, he took it in stride. Now, that's why I said you have to be genuine in how you have to be genuine about it. It has to be really part of your character. Because obviously, if he took it in stride that time, he wouldn't have felt no type of way later. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Mm-hmm. So you can tell he just did that at the time and just said it to seem cool.
Yeah.
But then how he carried himself later, totally
And that goes on to what Mika said earlier, because she said, hey, if you so much an alpha or you so much a king and all this stuff, why are you moving in a direction and you have to yell it out to the streets. Just carry yourself that way. You be good. And that same energy he just gave her right there, keep that same energy, bro.
Yes.
Now, again, I'm good with debate. Me and Mika debate, me and Poppy debate all day, but guess what? Keep that same energy. But I'm not gonna come out my character and show you a different side of me. Now you've really shown me who you really are.
Yeah. Me and Poppy became friends because we were arguing and like debating. And that's how we became friends. Like
I'm
it's
still arguing debating.
yeah, but it's like there's a respect where we joke around and we say all sorts of kinds of things.
Exactly.
You're wrong, sir. But the point is, it's respectful to the point where, like, I'm not calling him names. He's not calling me names. Like, it's not disrespectful. We're not talking about each other's family in any other way than, like, love and respect. And, like, but I do have the question where the initial response from him was, to begin, you did say that you wanted to fuck. And from that text, it sounds like you did, in fact, have the connotation or the idea that you were interested in having sex with him when you were flown out there. And although it did change, was because that's what the argument was on the podcast was you wanted to fuck and you said no. So that's where I have confusion with you, Shay, of like, can you clarify that? Because on the podcast you said no, I never wanted to fuck you. But from that text, it kind of sounds like you did have the like.
It was on the table.
I said I'll think about it. I did.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah,
I
you just
never
said
once said
Yes, you did
yes.
say that. Yes,
Never
you did
once
say that.
said yes. I'm going to fuck you. I'll think about it.
So can we see, since Angela, you're saying yes, that's what she said, can you show that? Because
Yeah.
that's a clarification that I think everybody wants.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Because I'm just trying to like get clear on everything, and you know me, I like look at both sides. Because from that text, it seems more like she was like, yeah, I'm down to fuck, and then like got on there and said like, no, I don't want to. I never said that. And so
That can happen though. That can actually happen.
and that's okay. But then we just have to address like that. That's what happened instead of like, no, that never happened.
Yeah, like sometimes a girl come over and then she tell you that she want to do this, do that, and then next thing you know, she was like, you know what?
Well, because it was the argument on Fresh and Fit was he was saying, and you wanted to fuck me, and she's like, when did I ever say that? That's why I'm so interested in this part because it's like, I'm on, but I don't care. I just like finding the truth.
No, I'm good, but it got to get brought up. But and I like that about you because me on my end, I guess I'm an energy reader too. But how everything is climaxing and went to the plot, and here we are now. At this point, I'm not saying I believe everything anybody say, but I'm like, okay, well, she can't be lying about this. If instantly you're like, okay, where's this text? You got text? Where is it?
She's like, I'll be back.
I got it. You got this? Okay, I'll be back. You got that? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so at this point, I'm like, she can't be lying.
Based off of like that kind of behavior of transparency, I'm like, it seems like she got played out of pocket.
Yeah, and again, this is back
my
to
own personal opinion.
Yeah, and again, and this is to the viewers and stuff. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, hit that like, all that good stuff. Comment below. If you believe her, hit the comments. We discuss it. If so, hit the comments. We'll discuss it. But my thing is you got to pay attention to the energies brought up because it went back to now. This is where I see two sides of the conversation. I see it went back to first of whether Tommy was right or wrong for putting hands on her, and then now as the conversation going by, it's like how you handle the situation. Now in the chat, straightforward. One guy saying, shout out to 007. Hey, no man is there because if a real man was there, he would have spoke up.
Yeah, stop the name calling.
Like the rapper there, because as soon as Myron Bailey wrote Roses, what's the rapper that was there? Poppy. It was a rapper. What was her name? The female rapper, China, whatever.
Asian doll.
Yeah, Asian doll. Oh yeah, I'm definitely on a believable side. 007. It's pretty much come down to this, bro. Because we did a reaction video, y'all can go and check it out. And me and Deuce was giving both perspective of it and giving what if scenarios. Because just the 50 seconds of it, just like anything else, bro. You walk out the door, you do something, or a girl or situation, or cops, whatever. They'll get like the 3 seconds of the clip, and then you already trial, jury, executioner. And I kept saying, I seen the whole show. I want to see the context of it from the beginning because it was literally 10 minutes before that happened how everything escalated. Whether she was, excuse my language, she was a crazy bee, she was sane, insane, whatever have you. Clearly, there was kind of relationship thing was going, but even still, you're a grown man. So you telling me, and two, you're saying you're an educated man. Listen to him talk. You said it himself. He's articulate. So if you got all these little tools about you, you should have that social aware, that third eye on your head. You know what? This chick is raising her voice at me. Let me just dull it down. The day after, I think it was last night's show, two women asked the same thing. Like, look, if both people getting hot and heavy, and you feel like you're the smart one out the two, wouldn't you just try to diffuse the situation or step aside or walk away? Because that's normally what happens. True. Me and dudes arguing, we getting heated up. Somebody got to be like, you know what? Let me just bow down gracefully and just call it a day. Or I'm walking down a neighborhood, a street, whether it's girl or guy, somebody picking fights with me, knowing they don't know who I am, knowing they don't know what I'm about. And when that situation comes, I'm giving them a heads up like, look, I'm walking away, leave me alone. He's still antagonizing me like you just saw here. Hey, I'm giving you a warning again. Next thing you know, hands getting thrown, he's laid down. Hey, I tried to warn you. So it's that situation, like people have to be aware of that. That's why again, it was so many different ways he could have diffused or walked away from that situation. And especially the fact that he was having a relationship with this young lady. So he knew her over longer than a month. So he could have said, hey, you know what? We cool. I'll probably see her another month. I'll probably fly out again 6 months down the line. Let me just back out. And then all these texts he sent her, let me go ahead and woo-hoo and kiki her again, and we probably be back good again. But you brought to a point, you talk about her dad's father, calling all types of names. It's ridiculous.
So the message that I sent was, you can see that I told him that I wanted to see how his energy is before we even do anything.
Shay, I will
go ahead.
No, I will say, you know, seeing from like when I did the reaction video to the 50-second clip, and actually then seeing the 15-minute clip that I saw after we did the podcast yesterday, and then actually like talking to you, yes, there's a whole lot of context that we're missing out on, no matter what clip you see, because you don't even realize, like, until you explain it, that he was taking shots at you with stuff that he was saying, like you say shooting slugs. You don't really see that, and that's when you kind of know it's like, okay, he antagonized that situation. So I will say that. What's that for?
Cleansing the energy. Wait. Let me
How do you
cleanse
cleanse
the
their
energy,
energy?
guys.
How do you cleanse their energy, Poppy? Is that a crystal?
It's a cleansing crystal.
Is it a crystal?
Listen, either it works this way or it works this way. One of the two.
What the hell are you doing?
There's
Yeah, sage. What, are you Haitian or something?
Hey, Shay, if you don't mind, hold on. Shay, if you don't mind, what's your nationality? I think Poppy was asking.
Yeah, so I am black and Indian. My dad was full Indian. He had hair all the way down to his ass. Well, butt, my bad. But yeah, I'm black and fully Indian.
Like,
so that's why he was saying that I'm bald headed and I don't got no hair. My hair is right here. Go on my pictures. I got long hair.
As long as somebody can pull it, you're good.
Right? Like, pull that shit while I throw it back.
Emotional damage.
Hey, you know I got that. I try not to show too much personality today, but I still kept it cute because this is serious. Because these allegations are very strong on that this man is trying to put on me. Like I'm racist to my own kind.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna play that one out because it doesn't make any sense, man. But just the fact of the it is a serious allegation, but like I said, the first 50 seconds of the clips was an issue of your character, and two, even on his character, man, and people's actually arguing the fact of any woman should know better. You put a hand in the guy, which you did through the swing, through the punch, but hey, That's what the internet saw. He has all right to swing back at you. Yes, in a reaction, but again, that's still the same 51 seconds of that clip. My man kept coming at you like a rabid dog, 2 or 3 times. That's an issue. Something wrong with that guy.
You ready for the screenshots?
I am forwarding to myself.
Yeah, because I got to get ready to go.
Okay. Well, I do have a question. I'll pull them up real quick and forward them over. Most viewers feel there's no side, or some viewers feel like both of you are in the wrong. Faults on both sides. Do you feel the same way or no?
That we were. I'm gonna be honest. We both was wrong.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't
appreciate that.
feel just that he was wrong or I was right. We both was wrong. We both could have handled that situation all the way. I didn't call him. Still haven't even called him no name since then. He, me. He probably was a little tipsy.
He looked like he was stupid sober, but that's my opinion. So
we both was wrong.
So clearly you regret everything. So if you go back in time, you can do it all over again. Would you do it a little bit differently, and how would you do it differently?
I would do it only differently because I really wanted him to get his point out. Like I really wanted him to get a final answer. I really did. I really did, but I would not regret asking the question.
I ain't gonna lie, because she touching my petty side right now.
I know she is. That's why I was like, girl.
I'm like, let it go. And I'm like, damn, my petty side.
I'm a Cancer, y'all.
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, shit.
You don't like Cancers? You know, we emotional.
I'm a Taurus.
I love it. You guys are just the 2 pettiest signs.
No. Female
That's probably the guy Cancer.
No, it makes sense now. It makes sense that I don't want to throw in the bus, but female Cancers is hardcore. Male Cancers is soft. They are soft. I'm sorry, my
sucker for love.
Yeah, we are Taurus here.
But screenshots.
I am.
I'm glad you said that you had some that you took accountability what you did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. I think you're proving a lot of people wrong by taking that accountability based off your character. Oh, look at us. We're all so cute. Sorry.
You're so beautiful, by the way, girl.
She's growing. You don't swing on a nigga no more, yo.
She what?
You better don't swing on no more men no more, okay? Please.
Seriously, that's a dangerous ass thing for you.
Alright, send them over now.
There we go. My husband having some technical difficulties.
New day, new mindset, new focus, new intentions, new results.
Who wrote it?
It's what I write
in. It's a
notebook.
Okay.
Oh, it's a notebook. Oh, okay.
It's like a planner.
Had to go pick it up like a day ago.
I wonder why.
This actually making me grow as a woman too. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's making me really grow as a woman to, take accountability for my actions and to help me grow, to understand why I did react the way I did. And, I could actually say I did that,
I say that because I went through the same thing. Okay, perfect.
That's not it.
That's not it?
That's not what I sent you.
There's a lot. Hold on. There's another one in here.
Damn. This alpha, this pickup artist been falling back.
That's not it neither.
Do you remember? Because it's a lot from scrolling.
It was just the last one I sent to your phone.
Literally the last one? Okay.
Yeah. Only I sent you one.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm sending this over, do you have questions, comments, or
I'm just reading these.
Okay.
I'm nosy as fuck.
As you should. Read. And I'm so glad I have receipts.
Let me see it.
Always.
Yeah.
I just realized you was doing this to
Yeah. I'm like. inside. I'm like,
that's how black people is. They come outside. When y'all see that post, black people.
oh, they're like sweeping. They're like wiping their walls. Like,
what? They wiping the grass, trying to see what happened next door.
Damn. I just read
Is
this shit.
this it, Shay?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. You mind reading that, Deuce?
Okay, she says, and okay, I think she is nervous. I don't know what to do. You know her better than I do. And it's like, we both are kind of, but we going against, we going to adjust when we feel the energy. She keeping that same energy. And we here.
I never agreed to fuck him. I just told him I gotta make sure I gotta be comfortable before I just go ahead and bust these legs up. So it was just like, no, don't try to make it seem like I wanted to fuck you. And then he said I was jealous of Claudia because he fucked up and didn't fuck me. Obviously, I'm not jealous.
but that last text that we saw of like, hey, what happened? What made you like? Oh, I get it. It was just my vibe. Like, obviously, no, he knows you're not fucking jealous. It's just, it's nice to see some, because I'm gonna tell you this. Like, these guys know that every week I'm like, I'm becoming clinically depressed because I hear girls talking about get that bag, get that money, be a hoe, do this, but there's no integrity upon it. And I keep saying, like, I don't judge based off of what people do or they say or how they are. What I judge is the integrity of it. And so many women that are doing this hate themselves and they're sad and they're talking about men like this guy's talking about women. And it like, to me, I'm like, God damn, are there no good people left? And the fact that for me, and this is just like a me to you conversation of like, the fact that you came on here, you're real with everything that you've said. You're genuine with like your every question that we've asked. You're like, no, this is what it is. Like, and I asked you, why haven't you released them? I didn't even ask you to release them. I said, why haven't you? You're like, let's go. And it's the fact even now that like when you're saying the reason that you didn't was because of the energy, and obviously like we see what we see now, there was a reason for it. So I'm really glad for it because it's like I said before, like I was having a hard time of like women talking like that and saying that and being all extra. It was getting to the point where like, damn, like do all of them hate themselves? And like you're showing me a different side of like, no, like I can still be freaky and have what I want and do what I want and do these things, but still be intact in my integrity and love myself for whatever my choices are.
Yeah, I mean? And I love myself so much. Like that's why I say nobody can tell me who I am. I know who I am. And some people like it, some people love it. End of the day, I don't give a fuck if you around me or not. Like nobody can change what's already up here. So it's like my energy is something that I try to protect at all costs, and it's also my fault for even going on the show when I was already going through so much at a dark moment in my life. But I just didn't want to be at the crib, like just not doing shit when I got opportunities to keep coming and keep being a better person. So it was just like, I take full responsibility for my actions, but
yeah, you're
that
good.
question, I still do not regret it, and I will answer it again.
There you go. You have to. I mean, that's how everybody learn and grow. You make mistakes, you move on, and if you don't make mistakes, it's something. You might met a friend or somebody says something you might not like. You're like, hey, well, I have to look back on it and figure me out a little bit more. So that's how it goes.
Yeah. So, all right. And I thank y'all too for letting me say my side, and I'm about to get ready and do another one as soon as I get off this because it's like straight on the two.
Yeah,
and
go ahead. People,
I just want to say thank you to everybody that's really like knowing right is right, wrong is wrong, and not just dick riding somebody, So it's just like I thank y'all so much. I really do and appreciate
y'all. You're welcome. Like I said, we're not gonna, what I'm saying, we're pretty much here on a Great Pill podcast. We pretty much have, I think that everybody got perspectives and everybody got a voice to be heard. And we'll get a little jokey from time to time, and we'll find each other because we know each other to the point of respect and love. So that's pretty much how we keep it here. And we trust me, I get corrected too. Poppy get corrected. Everybody get corrected. So it is what it is. And that's it. But anybody got last thoughts, comments before we close out?
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier.
What time is it, by the way?
It is
1:40.
Yeah, 1:45 on your end.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go, y'all.
All right, so you want to close it out? Everybody, final thoughts real quick. We ain't gonna drag it out.
So
more.
yes.
Yeah, y'all want to say anything?
Yeah, just don't engage with guys like that in a physical manner, baby. That's all, man. You seem like you're a lit girl. You seem like you're a happy, party animal kind of girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's my kind of thing right there. So when I hit Miami, we're gonna hit the office. Take one, play house. We're gonna go through all
Yeah, I'm lit too, so I'm with it.
You're a little lit girl. I can tell.
Yeah. Look at my Dubai blog on my YouTube. You can tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
What's going on with
All
you?
right.
I just want to say thank you for coming on and clarifying things. It totally made me look at the whole situation in a new light. Your energy is cool. I really had a great time doing this podcast with you. And just in the future, take this as a learning experience and do great things. I wish you all the best.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You gotta make a make.
You want to say anything, girl?
Yeah, bitch, I'm sliding in your DMs. You're my new friend.
Thanks. Slide up in them DMs. I like girls too.
Well, I don't like girls, but I really like you.
No, I'm
Because
just
she don't have no value to your life.
Look like
definitely. No, you're real. Like, I need more real bitches in my life. Like, that's fucking dope. And thank you so much for coming on. And it's clarifying it and just being you. And, like, don't let people play you out of pocket. Next show you go into, it may not be like this. You know what I mean? So, like, just breathe if people come at you. Breathe and, like, okay, why am I being triggered? Don't let that shit happen again.
Okay. And I won't.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
All right, fellas.
You like that girl, man. She's going to add value. That's why you don't want her like that. Damn, man.
Here we fucking go again.
All right, on that note, fellas, we're going to wrap it up. So, again, I appreciate y'all for coming on. Definitely thank Mika for taking time out of her busy schedule. Give her a shout out for that. Appreciate your Poppy for coming out, giving your time out for here. Definitely appreciate your Deuce, my brother from another mother. Hit that subscribe button, fellas. Share this video. And definitely a special shout out to Ms. Shay for coming on, sharing her opinion, taking the hard questions, listening to the chat, and just taking a chin. And she kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? So, on that note, catch you later. Oh, just one more thing. Tomorrow, podcast, where we'll be discussing about the Tinder Swindler. So if you haven't seen it, a great documentary, The Tinder Swindler. Check it out. It's on Netflix. I'm not trying to represent for Netflix, but if you want to give me that change for Netflix, I love you. Give me free subscription for a year. We can work with that. But the Tinder Swindler documentary we will be talking about discuss. Go, Mika. We'll close it out.
I will not be there. My enemies are after me.